And now it's time to get you ready for the match with the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Just over 3 months into the 2025 USL Championship season, and Phoenix Rising has experienced a variety of emotions. A roller coaster ride, if you will, filled with some common chapters, a trilogy with FC Tulsa. The first chapter, a new dawn. Both teams start off the season with a new head coach in charge. Despite a night with most of the possession, it was also a night of disappointment for Rising as they lost 1-0 at home. The second chapter, survive and advance. A 1-1 tie in the third round of the US Open Cup that lasted 120 minutes, settled by Patrick Rokowski, stonewalling FC Tulsa on penalty kicks as Rising won 4-2 in the shootout in Tulsa. And tonight, the third chapter, keep the momentum going. Both teams in the top 5 of the Western Conference look to remain in good wishes. Tulsa with their 5th result in 6 games, Rising with their 5th consecutive win. The start of a 3-game road trip for the Red and Black kicks off tonight at One Oak Field. Good evening, everyone. From the bunker back in Phoenix alongside Kevin Cardez, I'm Mahir Hassan. Thanks for tuning in to the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up. Kevin, this is a early candidate for Game of the Year when you take a look at this match on paper. 2 top 5 teams, 2 teams in striking distance of the Western Conference's top spot. A lot on the line tonight.
And it's interesting to me here because they've already played each other twice. Although they have one non-league game, that U.S. Open Cup battle that was highlighted by a Patrick Rokowski eruption when it really mattered. 120th minute +1, and he saves a penalty. It was spectacular. The game had absolutely everything, and Rising got back on level footing in the season-long series. They ended up losing against Houston Dynamo later on in the U.S. Open Cup, but it felt like a moment where things started to turn around. It wasn't the true turning point in the 2025 campaign for Phoenix, but it was really, really close. Now they have an opportunity to level the standings in the USL, and that's big too because of the way that the tiebreaker system works, and the table is condensing at the top. Phoenix sitting now at 19 points, and Tulsa sitting at 20, just 1 point between them. And if somebody gets a really, really important win here, you jump up closer and closer to New Mexico United, who got a draw on their most recent. So with a win, Phoenix would jump to 22 and be officially 1 result away from the top of the table in the Western Conference.
A lot of parity as well, too. You have a San Antonio side that Phoenix won and lost to, and you have an El Paso side that Phoenix Rising drew on the road earlier this year. New Mexico United, you mentioned before, Kevin, a team Phoenix Rising has beaten twice this year, once in league play at Albuquerque, and then the second time in the Jägermeister Cup on penalty kicks back at 38th and Washington. And these types of matchups for Phoenix Rising are paired with one of their biggest, if not the biggest, road trip of the season. 3 games on the road coming up, including tonight, next week at Charleston Battery, and then the week after that at Texoma FC in the USL Jägermeister Cup. It's something we've seen from Phoenix Rising overall, where if you take a look at any given 5-game stretch, at least 80% have been on the road. So that's 4 in 5. However, we have never seen this team go 6 in 7 in terms of their road games. They went 4 in 5 twice last year. The first one started on June 28th, a 5-1 loss to Memphis 901 FC. You may remember that as Danny Stone's final game in charge, and ended on August 3rd, a 2-0 loss to the eventual champions Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. And another one that started on October 9th, a 2-1 win against New Mexico United, and then ended on November 3rd, a 2-1 loss to New Mexico United in the first round of the USL Championship playoffs. A lot going on when you take a look at this Phoenix Rising side, a Phoenix Rising side that is also trying to gain some energy going on the road. And they've done it a few times, Kevin. It's a 1-0 win against Las Vegas Lights on May 28th. The catalyst, if you will, for this win streak, a 2-1 win against New Mexico on May 10th. There's a lot going for this team, and there's a little bit of comfort, too, as they head away from 38th in Washington.
And there was also a big win early on in the season. On April 6th, a 2-1 victory against San Antonio FC, the first game for all of the championship on national television. It was a statement victory, and although it was followed up by absolute collapse at home against Detroit at home just 7 days later, it was one of those games where you looked at it and said, okay, we're finally in the win column. They hadn't won to that point. They were 2-2, 2 draws, 2 losses. They couldn't get a victory. Now they sit firmly in the driver's seat. They have 5 straight victories, air quote. It depends on what you classify the penalty shootout win in the Jägermeister Cup, but to me, if you get more points than the other team, I would assume that's a victory. 2 is more than 1, and I'll just take that in my book. You mentioned the 6 and 7. It's also a 7 and 9 stretch for Phoenix. They go on 7 road games of their 9 that they play upcoming. They play Lexington on the road and Tampa Bay. That's their last 2. It's a final stanza. It's their last 2 back-to-back road games before they play 3 straight home games, and they go away to SAC. 3 more home games in a row, then they play North Carolina. 1 more home game against San Antonio, and then they end on the road in Pittsburgh. And we talked about that October stretch where they went on that 5 straight away, the multiple road games away in that last 5 stretch for Phoenix at the end of last year. Typically that happens because they like to stack all their home games towards the beginning of the fall, and they like to condense their schedule. It's super hot in Phoenix right now. You walk outside, you can feel it, and the players are feeling it too. It's something that we talked with Pa Modoka about in midweek availability with the media. It's really important that they get these games away because it's so hot at home.
This team is going to be taking a lot of flights over the coming weeks, most of them to either the Central Time Zone or the Eastern Time Zone. The former is the case tonight as Phoenix Rising heads to One Oak Field in Tulsa, Oklahoma, taking on FC Tulsa. We'll take a quick break here on the Rising Radio pregame warm-up show. When we come back, it's the starting lineups and a breakdown of each team.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th in Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tire simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
You're listening to the pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Let's speak of the growth of Brax, who he is as a person, again, and also the quality that he possesses as a football player. And it's still shocking to me that he only received 1 college offer. That goes when you talk about US, that goes in about how football are viewed and looked at. But again, that helps us. We're very happy with him. We get to keep him longer. So he's a player that has been an absolute model as an academy player, but also somebody that the group really trust and value, and that speak highly of him. When the group knows that they can count on you and know that you're going to deliver every single time. So. For us, it's a dream to work with.
That was the 3-time USL Coach of the Week, Pa Modoka, talking about Braxton Montgomery and some of the younger players on this squad. They'll have to step up tonight with a lot of players out on Gold Cup duty as we take a look at Phoenix Rising's lineup here on the Phoenix Rising pregame warm-up. It's going to be once again a 4-3-3 for Pa Modoka's side as Patrick Rakowski starts in goal. As you can see on your screen, if you're tuning in on X or Facebook, It's a 4-3-3 left to right in the back line. It'll be Ryan Flood starting at left back. Braxton Montgomery, as mentioned before, left center back. Acela Senge will be in that center back pairing as well. And Colin Smith, the first Phoenix Rising player to hit 1,000 minutes in league play this season, will start on the right. The midfield remains unchanged from last week. Hope Avievu will be in the 10, JP Skierce in the 6, and Noble Akello in the 8. Up top, a few changes. Isan Nino Sacco remains on the left wing. Darius Formella moves to the center, and out on the right wing, Charlie Dennis makes his first start of the 2025 season. Kevin, you want to take a look at this back line against a Tulsa side that loves to counter, and you want to note Montgomery's partner, Acela Senge.
There's a lot on Acela Senge's plate tonight because he sits next to academy product Braxton Montgomery, who still is not on a converted professional contract. We still don't know if that's on the way, but the big moral of the story here is that Palmer Boy is rehabbing and on his way. Mohamed Traore goes down for surgery. He posted about it on his personal Instagram just a few days ago. He'll be out for an extended period of time. Alex Araneda has not made many appearances this year, and Casey Walls retired in the middle of the year. They don't have a lot of center back depth, and every time it feels like they get a little closer to it, injuries hit them. Carl Fred Saint also battling a little knock. He can't slide back in, so Braxton Montgomery has to make a start through the middle. This is a Tulsa team that loves to be direct. Their pressure goes right down the middle. They will attack Rakowski all night long, and they will attack the center back pairing of Acela Senge and Braxton Montgomery all night long, over and over and over. It's up for Senge to show his professionalism and his experience and help Braxton Montgomery out by shading his right side and making sure that he helps out the academy product as much as he can while Braxton tries to hold his own on the left. If they can do that, Phoenix will have a much easier time tonight.
8 players tonight on the bench for Phoenix Rising: Emi Quayshow, Tristan Henry, Darius Johnson, Jan Villegas, Jameson Ping, Zion Emmers, Pierce Rizzo, and Cyrus Kowal, fresh off his first professional start last week against Orange County SC. That's how Phoenix Rising will line up today. FC Tulsa on the other side will be going to the 3-4-3, led by Luke Spencer. The second team in the West will have Johan Peñaranda in goal. Going from left to right in the back line, we're expecting Harvey St. Clair, Abdoulaye A.B. Sissoko, and Arthur Rogers. In the midfield, Elliot Goldthorpe, the Lexington transfer, makes his first start for FC Tulsa. Boubacar Diallo and Marcus Serrato will be the double pivot, and Lucas Stoffer will be on the right-hand side. Jamie Weber will start on the left wing. Khalil El-Medkar, the hero from Saturday's game against Sacramento, will start up top, and Alex DeLue will be on the right-hand side. Kevin, you want to take a look at Khalil El-Medkar, a guy who primarily starts on the left wing but has gotten some roles up top and a lot of reps up top over the past few weeks.
Tulsa's going for a change with Cal Heron not starting up top, and El-Medkar, at least we think, will be the number 9 tonight, and he has been in form. You mentioned he was the hero against Sacramento. He scored the only goal, which ended up being the winner against Sacramento. Sacramento is being very highly rated by the league at large right now. They're not exactly at the top of the table, but they're a team that when they hit their form, everybody knows that they'll be dangerous. When they came to town and played a day game against Phoenix earlier on this season, they were dangerous. We know how dangerous they are. El-Medkar scored a very, very crucial goal, and he's in form too because he scored the week before against Birmingham Legion, the only goal in a 2-1 loss in the USL Jägermeister Cup, and on top of that, he scored the drawing goal against El Paso Locomotive about 4 weeks ago, and El Paso is another team on a tear. He is in form, he is quality. When he was with Loudoun United the last 2 years, he was a player to reckon, one that people looked out for, and he's the same exact guy this year. Still trying to figure it out. Tulsa plays a very different style of football than Loudoun does. They needed smooth operators in the final third. They brought in El-Medkar because they thought that he could be the operator. With Calhera firing, with now El-Medkar firing, they have options. They have guys that can operate in tight spaces, and if Khalil can do his thing in front of the mouth of the net, it'll be a very, very long night for Phoenix on the road.
A super sub in both games versus Rising earlier this season. Khalil El-Medkar getting his first start against the Red and Black. Only 6 players on the bench for the hosts FC Tulsa tonight. Taylor Calhera, Stefan Lukic, Anthony Harper, who signed a USL Academy contract last Friday, Giordano Colley, Cole Johnson, and Faisal Bataj. You talked about this Tulsa team in search of an identity, and you talk about El-Medkar, but more importantly, this is a Tulsa team that is built off their defense, only conceding 8 times in league play this season, the least in the Western Conference. Phoenix Rising on the other side scoring the most goals in the Western Conference. A very fire and ice battle on this Saturday night in Tulsa. Kevin, what do you make of that?
Well, Tulsa, like we've mentioned time and time again, they're a team that loves to be direct, but you also said it. They have a fantastic defense through and through, but when we were going through the lineups, Mihir, we didn't know who their third center back was going to be. We don't know who's going to slide into that back line, and we we've just made a few educated guesses to hope that we're right. If we're not, I'm not too sure what's going to happen because Tulsa has built a very, very strong back line. But when Delence Pierre and other guys like him aren't out there tonight, you start to wonder who will be the guy that steps up and stops a very explosive Phoenix offense. One of, if not the best scoring offense in the entire championship, at very least the best in the West. They are very fast, they are very fun, and they love to fly high. That being said, they're missing their dynamos. They don't have Jurl. Darius is coming back from a very, very long couple games, which he played for Grenada. He scored in both outings for his national team. They unfortunately did not qualify for the Gold Cup nor the next round of World Cup qualifiers. He'll be with Phoenix for the rest of the year, but he's had a long couple games. They have questions that they have answers to, but they need to figure out what the right answer is at the right time, and don't let it hit you first. If Tulsa can manage to step up to the moment quick enough, they might catch Phoenix on the back foot.
You never know what can happen. And Phoenix Rising, two big changes to the starting lineup. Again, the question mark at left back with Mo Traore out in the left center back role. Braxton Montgomery slides in there. Ryan Flood checks in to that left back role, but we don't know how long he's going to be playing. Of course, the shining moment for him, not just this season, but for his multiple stints with Rising, a goal versus Monterey Bay on May 17th, a screamer from 25 yards out that essentially put the game on ice. You also have Emi Quayshow in that spot as well. Both players have played less than 300 minutes this season, so you never know what can happen in that left back spot. We were talking earlier, Kevin, we don't know if Ryan Flood's going to play the whole game, when he's going to be taken out. Could be halftime, could be 30 minutes, but Pamodoka is going to give him some reps, and Quayshow is going to slowly work his way back into the lineup.
I mean, there's a lot of questions for Phoenix, too, because with DJ, how much can he play? Are you going to have Charlie Dennis play the whole game? I would assume probably not. Are you going to bring in Darius Johnson as a guy who can spark off the bench? I would probably guess so. How many minutes can Emi Quayshow go? Because you know that him and Ryan Flood are a one-for-one swap, almost certainly. So how long can Flood go? How long can Emi go? Your center back pairing, what are you going to do there? You have a lot of academy kids on the bench. You also have a line led by Darius Formella, who before last game was on an iffy stretch of form. You have Cyrus Kowal. You were confident in him enough to the point where you started him up top last week. Does that matter today? I'm not too sure. Lots of questions. Like I said, the answers are on the bench, and you know that. And you even throw in a new piece of the puzzle. Zian Emmers. He made his debut last week. He played about 15, 20 minutes. Kind of just ran around because it's one of those ones where go make your debut. Go play football. Have a good time. We're up by a lot. Figure out your way into the game. Now it's how long can he play? Did the Heat zap anything out of him? He hadn't been with the team for a month. How much professional football does he have in his legs to play in a 90-minute match? We'll probably figure it out tonight.
I mean, this right wing spot in general is owned by Jero Margarita, but he is out on Gold Cup duty with Curacao. You take a look at that right wing bench, if you will, some of the options, if you will, that could start there. Darius Johnson could be an option, although we've seen him on the left. Could see Zian Emmers, could see potentially Cyrus Kowal. He was in that right wing spot technically against Orange County. You can maybe move Charlie Dennis back and possibly plug a guy like, you never know. You never know what can happen. Or you can maybe move Charlie anywhere around, and it can really try to drive something down the way. So Phoenix Rising against FC Tulsa on this Saturday night in One Oak Field, back here from the bunker. About 10 minutes from kickoff between these two sides, a top 5 battle in the Western Conference. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we talk some more tactics and a little bit more on the Phoenix Rising Radio pregame warm-up show.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey, Phoenix Rising fans. This is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tires simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Coming up Monday on the lunch break, how did the Diamondbacks fare in their 3-game set against the Cincinnati Reds? Did they keep the good times rolling, or was it 1 step forward and 2 steps back? Plus, they've got the GM. They've got the coach. The summer of Durant is in full swing. What is the latest on the Suns and their plans with KD? All of it, Monday's edition of the lunch break, 11 to 1, right here on KDUS AM 1060.
Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
You're listening to the pregame warm-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
Just a few minutes away from kickoff between Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa, the third meeting between these two sides this season, the first time that both of these teams are in the top 5 of the Western Conference. Mihir Sinhas and Kevin Cardez back with you on the Rising Radio pregame warm-up show. Kevin, we talked about this earlier, but it's worth stating again. The winner of this game, if there is a winner tonight, it will come down to the defense.
Yeah, and if Phoenix can figure out their center back pairing and they can manage the Ryan Flood minutes and figure out when Quayshaw needs to slot in, everything should be smooth, knock on wood, for Phoenix, because this is what they've figured out over the last month and change. They have learned how to play a more consistent, cohesive style of defense that has negated more goals than ever before in 2025. That being said, Tulsa has a little something going on. There's something happening over in Oklahoma. There's some lightning in a bottle, and they have been super, super good. The quality there has slowly but surely risen game after game. If they can find a way to break down a very volatile Phoenix backline that has shown they can ebb and flow from game to game, they will have a much easier time tonight than Phoenix will. It's up to whoever has their day. Who is more prepared for this moment? I'm not too sure. It's probably a coin flip because there's a lot of question marks out there on the table. We'll figure out who flips their cards over first.
Phoenix Rising tends to hold a little bit more possession. FC Tulsa, not so much. Only 33% possession in the win against Sacramento Republic FC last week. And Kevin, different players to highlight as well. It's once again, you're trying to get out towards the wing. Phoenix Rising, a little bit of the question mark in the left back position with Ryan Flood starting today. With Tulsa, you're focusing on that direct attack. One of the guys in the double pivot, Marco Serrato.
Yeah, Serrato is somebody who, when we watched him play in the Open Cup, he had pretty much just been signed just a few days before. He slid right into the team, and we know how the championship works. He had likely been training with the team a little longer than the announcement had been out, but Marcos had just been with Tulsa. He comes from Serie B over in Brazil, which is a fairly high-quality league, but he's a little bit on the older side, and he's still trying to find his footing in this Tulsa team. Maybe it's a stylistic difference. He comes from a league that plays a vastly different style of football in a country that has a very distinct identity, and so does America now, as they've carved out a very physical, very hard-nosed style of soccer, which conforms to the way that we play almost every sport. Serrato might be just adjusting to stateside soccer, but he should try to figure it out sooner rather than later, because he's a player that holds very high quality, can do very special things, and in nights like tonight where the back line is a little bit shaky for Tulsa, they don't have all the answers at center back, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, Marcos has a big job to do.
An interesting left wing pairing right now for FC Tulsa. Elliot Goldthorpe, we're expecting to see in that left midfielder position his first start with FC Tulsa after coming over from Lexington SC. On the other side, or rather in the back line, it's Harvey St. Clair, who we might see in that left center back position for Phoenix Rising. A host of options overall, especially on the bench, as Phoenix Rising looks to try to get win number 5 in a 5-game stretch. The last time Phoenix Rising won 5 matches in a row was in August and September of 2021. A lot of key victories in that stretch, including a couple at Tacoma Defiance, and then also beating Orange County, Las Vegas Lights, LA Galaxy 2, and New Mexico United at home. More importantly, that stretch overall helped Phoenix Rising get the top spot in the USL Championship playoffs, something they're trying to shoot for tonight. At the very least, 3 points against FC Tulsa, and they're once again within striking distance of the right now top-seeded New Mexico United. Kickoff just moments away here on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tires simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Let's get into the action. Phoenix Rising Soccer, live now on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
A perfect 77-degree night in the Sooner State gives way to an even better matchup. Phoenix Rising with 19 points and 5th in the West travels to One Oak Field to face FC Tulsa, who has 20 points and is 2nd in the West, with both teams eyeing the top spot in the conference. Good evening, everyone. Alongside Kevin Cardez, I'm Mahirson Hassan. Not in the Sooner State tonight, Kevin. We're back in the bunker in Phoenix. as Phoenix Rising starts up a 3-game road trip. They go to Tulsa, then they go to Charleston next week, and then Sherman, Texas to take on Texoma FC in the USL Jägermeister Cup. Kevin, we talked about it before, but this seems like the start of a crucial stretch for Phoenix Rising. 6 of their next 7 games on the road. It's going to be important for Phoenix Rising to try to keep up that top 5 finish overall if they want to try to get back to the playoffs, as they do year in and year out.
Here, we often talk about when the season is won and lost, right? And you can't win it in the first few months. It's something we talk about every time. Whether it's a slow start or a fast start, you can't win the league in the first 2 months. That much is true. You could argue that you couldn't win it now either, and I would say probably the case. But just a little pause to that statement. When you play 6 road games in 7 or 7 road games out of your next 9, you could probably argue that if you were to slide on this one, your season is probably going to be close to not what you want it to be at the end. I'm not saying that a slide in this few months is going to end the season, but I'll tell you it'll be way, way, way harder to achieve any of their goals in terms of being at the top of the table, being a home playoff team, if they were to slide through the next 7 games. There is a lot to do for Phoenix. It is a long couple months, but if they can gut it out and be together in these moments, they have a stretch between El Paso and Orange County where they have a little bit of a break. Manage your time, try to get healthy, play these road games, enjoy the home games. You play 4th of July at home, make those count, play out these next 6 road games as hard as you can, get the results where you can, and hope that you walk out of July a winner and not on the bubble.
And more importantly, if you take a look at these next 6 games ahead of Phoenix Rising, you've got Charleston Battery, who enters today 2nd in the East. So yes, it is a good team. It is a team that could potentially make the USL Championship final. Nonetheless, that doesn't hurt you directly if you lose that game. Texoma is a League One team. Lexington is currently bottom of the Western table. Oakland's outside the playoff picture. El Paso 4th in the West, but that's also a Jägermeister Cup battle. And then Orange County 7th in the West, 6 points behind you. This is a very, very direct game in terms of Phoenix Rising and their positioning in the table when things are all said and done in late October. A bright, partly cloudy evening in Tulsa. A couple of clouds in the sky kind of foraying towards the blue sky behind it. It provides a picturesque evening for a lot of the FC Tulsa fans. Dollar Beer Section Night today at One Oak Field. FC Tulsa hosting that for the 2nd time this season. Hosted it 3 times last year, and they did not pick up, or rather did not pick up a win in any of them. 1 draw and then 2 losses. This year, though, they were able to get a win, 1-0 against Sacramento on March 28th. The same team that they beat last week by the same scoreline in Northern California. 3-4-3 for FC Tulsa. Again, FC Tulsa with a little bit of a question mark in that left center back position. We are expecting Harvey St. Clair to get it. For Phoenix Rising, a couple of question marks across the board, including the left back spot. We expect Ryan Flood to get that start today. Patrick Rakowski will wear the captain's armband for Phoenix Rising today, with Pop Marboy continuing to be out with a lower body injury that he has tried to nurse back from since April 26th against San Antonio in the Jägermeister Cup. A 4-3-3 for Phoenix Rising. It's Flood, Montgomery, Asenge, and Smith. Avievu, Skierson, Akello in the midfield. Sacco, Formella, and Dennis in the front part. Again, no Mo Traore, as he is out with knee surgery. Posted that to his personal Instagram story earlier this week. So Phoenix Rising having a few gaping holes they'll have to figure out against an FC Tulsa side that likes to play very centrally.
Yeah, Phoenix has a lot to do, and they don't have exactly the laundry list of injuries that it looks like that FC Tulsa has, but that's because they have guys that aren't exactly on their way back. Remy Cabral and Mo Traore are going to be out for such a long period of time where they won't be listed with lower body injury. Nope, that's just rehab. They'll be gone for a fair amount of time.
So both teams are now on the pitch. Phoenix Rising will be in the red tops, white shorts, and red socks. Their home kit, FC Tulsa, in the all black with the bronze stripes. It is all black tops, shorts, and socks. Ball the center line. FC Tulsa to kick it off. Entering this summer of soccer across the nation, the middle of June, And we are underway from One Oak Field. FC Tulsa moving from right to left. Phoenix Rising moving from left to right. The ball goes out of play near side near the attacking midway point. It's a throw-in for FC Tulsa. It will be Lucas Stoffer to take. It will be him in that left midfielder position. Chopped down, back towards Stoffer. Short passes by Tulsa, plays it out towards the left. Jamie Weber has it near side, edge of the 18, now inside of it, tries to play it towards Almetkar. It's picked off by JP Skiers, and Skiers rolls it towards Formella. He fell down, no foul called. Back with FC Tulsa, past the near side midway point, now parallel towards the 18 on the near side. It's Stoffer with a cross, aiming towards the back post, and Patrick Rakowski gets his first action of the day, making the grab just outside of his 6, 45 seconds into this match.
Immediately, Tulsa coming out with some fire, and Rakowski will have a lot of work to do all night long, but it's up to him to maintain the tempo of the game. One thing that Rakowski has done well so many times this season, especially in the last month and change, is control the pace. He's been the first guy to invite the pressure, let the ball sit at the sole of his foot, and don't let a team pressure him and rush him.
Ball in the D. Charlie Dennis picks it off, leaves it off towards Formella. He gets a shot off. It was teetering and deflected, and it goes towards the feet of Johan Peñaranda in the pink top, purple shorts, and pink socks tonight for FC Tulsa. A minute and 23 seconds in, it is still 0-0. The ball was jangling outside of the 18. Somehow found Charlie Dennis, and Derek Formella nearly got a chance if it wasn't for FC Tulsa's Arthur Rogers tracking back. Peñaranda rolls the ball down and then boots it into the evening air. Ball back with FC Tulsa in Rising's half. Avievu gets his first touches of the day, plays it out towards the near side. FC Tulsa once again regaining possession. Elliot Goldthorpe had possession and lost it. 1-2 passing by Rising near side. Dennis flips it out towards the far side for the left back Ryan Flood with the white cast on his right hand. He plays it down the line. It's too short for Isan Nino Sacco. St. Clair will pick it off, and he will once again send it back towards Phoenix Rising, and Asenge will pick it up left of center beyond Rising's own box. Ball just outside. Phoenix Rising in the defensive half, their own half, if you will. Diagonal sent by Flood, looking towards Dennis, a little bit too high as the ball trickles towards the near side. A throw-in for Tulsa deep in their defensive half. Third minute of play, 0-0 between Tulsa and Phoenix. No shot so far, save for a Darius Formella chance that skittered right towards Peñaranda. It's Stoffer with the throw-in, left hand up, now brings it down, a short run-up, and throws it back towards the halfway line. All the way back towards Rising. Braxton Montgomery will collect and send it back towards Patrick Rakowski inside of his own box.
Seems to be the theme so far here that somebody's going to just try to win a long ball. They're going to send it up and over the top, which it feels sort of odd for Phoenix because this is something that they haven't done all that often, especially when they're really winning games. They love to build from the back, especially when things are going smoothly. They're a team that loves to build phase by phase. This long up and over the top overarching play is not something that they super excel at, especially when they're shorthanded.
Direct play here by Rising, trying to get back. It's Sacco controlling. Get it off towards Avievu. Avievu, near side, make that far side in the midway point. Ball with him, trying to find Formella. It's picked up by St. Clair. Avievu able to win it back. It's a 1-2 from Formella on the far side, edge of the 18. Avievu trying to dance around St. Clair, just leaves it off towards Sacco. And Sacco will pass it back towards the midway point for Flood. Phoenix Rising trying to establish some possession in the attacking quarter right now. Still on the far side. Short passes, Sacco in control. Goes short, tries to give it off towards Montgomery, who made his way up and towards the attack. And Tulsa nicks it away only as far as Acela Senge, parallel to the center circle. Flood plays it down the line. Sacco didn't get the message, goes out of play. Far side, a throw-in for Tulsa in the midway point. 5th minute of play, still 0-0 between Tulsa and Phoenix, the third matchup between these two sides this season. Tulsa took the first one 1-0 at 30th in Washington to start off the 2025 season before Phoenix got the second matchup. It was 1-1 at the end of 120 minutes before they won the penalty shootout. 4-2 at the Tulsa, University of Tulsa soccer stadium. Here comes Rising again. Isan Nino Sacco pushing for the ball, going with St. Clair. Both of them go to ground, and St. Clair will earn the foul. Free kick for Tulsa on the far side, just adjacent to Tulsa's own box. Intertwined Sacco and St. Clair, but Sacco got his right arm on St. Clair and slightly dragged him down to the ground as both of them landed on their backside.
Yeah, Sacco gets tangled up there near the edge of the box, but he's a guy that it really feels like whether it's the flag or it's a whistle, it never really goes his way. Whether that's wrong or right, it's really tough for Sacco to, whether it's release on time or be at least appearing that he's releasing on time. He's a guy that's scrutinized, not just by officiating, but just by the general flow of the game. And that's what comes from being generally the fastest player on the pitch.
6 minute, 0-0 between Tulsa and Rising. Free kick for Phoenix. Ryan Flood to take on the far side, sends it over the halfway line. Looping towards the near side, Dennis, the decent first touch after bringing it down high in the air. Plays it back towards Smith. It's back with Charlie Dennis now. It's nicked away by FC Tulsa. Boubacar Diallo with the challenge. Ball back towards the midfield as Senge slides it over towards Montgomery. Montgomery pressured, but gets a left-footed ball over the top, too high for Sacco as Peñaranda collects far side adjacent to his 6.
And if you notice now, it's Ryan Flood dropping back as the second center back in possession, which is very, very different from what Braxton has normally done, which is be the second center back. Instead, Braxton is floating up, joining the midfield and playing in possession, where that's not really his game.
Here comes Elliot Goldthorpe leaving it off for FC Tulsa. Ball in the 18 for FC Tulsa, played back towards Rakowski, and he gets a clearance away back towards the center circle. Dangerous moments here for Rising. FC Tulsa still protruding down the far side. It's Alex DeLue leaving it off towards Serrato. Serrato lost a shot, and Skierce blocks it with his chest. It's still out on the far side. It crosses blocked in, and Goldthorpe can't get ahead to it. It's skittered back towards the midfield marker. Stauffer glides it towards the near side, aiming towards the Tulsa player. He regains it on the near side, adjacent to the 18. Leaving it off, it's Weber. Weber with a chance, a shot blocked away. Back to Weber, takes a volley, and it slides its way, doesn't even get towards the end line. It will go out on the far touchline, nearly parallel towards the 18 for a Phoenix Rising throw-in. A lot of nervy moments for Rising there, Kevin.
And that's what comes from having another pretty much new backline interchange now. You have a Senge, Flood, Braxton, Smith. The only consistent there really is Colin Smith. And you could argue Braxton Montgomery as well, who's playing out of position 2 times over. So just work through it. The first 10, 15 minutes are going to be nervy. If you can survive them, things will get easier as the game progresses.
Tulsa brings it down once again, right of center of the midway point, and a free kick is earned by FC Tulsa. Noble Akello called for the foul, and he will get the yellow card, our first booking of the match. It was Boubacar Diallo going down as he was challenging the Canadian Akello for the ball. Akello stuck out his right foot and earns himself in the book.
For the second match in a row, Akello's the first player between either side to get booked with a yellow. It's a hearty challenge, one where he puts cleat straight into shin. It's definitely a yellow card, and now he has to be a little careful because just 8 minutes in, and suddenly you're on a caution.
And more importantly, that was Noble Akello's 5th yellow card of the season in USL Championship play, so he will miss the next game against Charleston Battery. 9th minute of play, 0-0 between Tulsa and Phoenix. Ball right of center, free kick for Tulsa. Avievo the one-man wall for Phoenix Rising, the attacking line just shy of the 18-yard box. Diallo clips it in, looking towards the near post. It's bouncing, goes out on the nearby line, and it's a goal kick for Phoenix Rising. Interesting challenge in that area. It was Colin Smith trying to defend it away. He was trying to shade off the FC Tulsa player, and it looks like it will be a corner kick for FC Tulsa. So after our referee today, Natalia Simon, originally pointed towards the post, she goes towards the near side corner flag. It's another set piece taken, this time by Jamie Weber. Weber, right foot through the ball, in towards the 6, headed up. It's back towards the near side. Weber, first time ball, played in towards the right of center, 25 yards out. Stauffer lays a shot down low. It's cleared away as the ball skitters back towards the center circle near side, parallel to it. Sacco lost possession of it, and here comes Weber again, trying to muscle his way down the left flank. He's shoved from behind by Avievu. It's a free kick for FC Tulsa, 10 minutes through, and the hosts so far are the ones knocking on the door.
This is the Phoenix that feels a little more reminiscent of the one that played Tulsa in week one that let the other team punch first time and time again. It's up to Phoenix to get a leg up and get back in this match because right now it's all Oklahoma.
In both games, we saw both teams try to get on the score sheet early. FC Tulsa did in the 21st minute in the opener, the season opener against Phoenix. Another set piece coming for Weber on the near side, just shy of what would be home plate at One Oak Field, which is also a baseball stadium for the local minor league team. Avievu, once again, the one-man wall with his left pant leg a little bit brought up. Nonetheless, Weber aims towards the middle. It's cut away by Rising. It goes out towards the near side. It's picked away by Rising. It will be a throw-in for FC Tulsa. Another dangerous challenge, if we will, for Phoenix Rising. Isan Sako with the intervention. 12th minute of play, 0-0. FC Tulsa still deep in Phoenix Rising's half. A throw-in for Lucas Stoffer. Heels right on the advertising boards. This will be a long throw, presumably. Left hand goes down. He lofts it towards the near post, bouncing towards the 6. It's brought down by FC Tulsa in the D. Played back out. Diallo sends it looking towards Stoffer. It goes out on the near side. A throw-in for Phoenix Rising.
And now's their chance to sort of grab a little bit of the rope and pull themselves back into this match. Retain a little possession, build from the back, do what you do best, and be confident while doing it because right now Phoenix looks nervy and unconfident.
Ball bouncing high, going towards the center circle. Knocked by St. Clair, goes out on the near side. In Rising's midway point, a throw-in for the visitors in the red tops, white shorts, and red socks today. A look at Pa Modoka sitting in his chair right now in the black blazer and the black polo shirt. Vikram Verk to the right of him in the gray Phoenix Rising jacket and the black Adidas cap. Throw-in taken short by Rising. Charlie Dennis goes down for push from behind, a free kick for Rising. Dennis making his first start of the season today, fresh off 25 minutes against Orange County last week, where he scored the insurance goal against the visitors on that night. The visitors tonight, Phoenix Rising, has a free kick. Asela Senge takes it, plays it short towards Skiers. It's back with Asenge. Just a short touches by Asenge, plays it into the center circle. Short passes by Rising. It's nicked away by FC Tulsa, who has the ball back. It's played towards the near side, looping towards the 18. Near side parallel to it. A good intervention by Asenge to take that ball away from Goldthorpe. Plays the ball back. Montgomery just able to keep the ball with the pressure coming in. Played out towards left of center, parallel to the center circle. This is Hope Avievu trudging his way forward. Now he's past the halfway line. Tries to play it towards Ryan Flood, stepped on the ball with his right foot, and it goes out of play for a Tulsa throw-in.
Ryan Flood has been sort of up and down so far through the first about 15 minutes. He's trying to find his footing in the game, but it's really been Asenge who has kept any true threat out of the box time and time again, making the right move at the right time, the right challenge at the right time, over and over again. But eventually perfection turns into just really, really good, and right now anything but perfection, and there's probably at least a high-quality chance on the net.
14th minute of play, it's Tulsa 0, Phoenix 0 as Asenge tries to hold off an FC Tulsa player from getting the ball. It's out on the far side byline, a goal kick for Patrick Rakowski. Phoenix Rising taking on FC Tulsa, led by Luke Spencer in the beige polo, the black pants, and the black shoes with the white soles tonight from One Oak Field. Two teams that are trying to get closer towards that number one spot. And trying to do so. New Mexico United beat Lexington SC earlier today, so they will remain in that number one spot going into the next match day. Meanwhile, Tulsa and Rising trying to fight for that number 2 spot overall. Luke Spencer still trying to give some instructions as Rakowski takes the goal kick, bouncing around, sliding through the center circle. Skiers and Avievu make that Montgomery nearly collided. Here comes Avievu playing it through, looking towards Sako. Sako, it's in! Isan Nino Sako finds the ball in the D, places his right foot through the ball. It lands in the lower right corner of the net. And Phoenix Rising gets on the counter in the 15th minute and makes it 1-0 to the good.
And what a ball from Hope Avievu, who immediately stops on the half turn, fights through so much contact and moves one ball through not one, but two defenders, gets it to the left foot of Isanino Sako, who pushes it up and forward and puts a beautifully placed low-driven shot into the far bottom right corner of the net. It's technical, it's perfect, and it's what you expect from world-class players. Sako has played in some of the biggest leagues in the world. He's played for Nice, he's played for Strasbourg, he's played in League One. That's one of the best football leagues in the entire world, and he showed it right there. That's class that you can't teach. It's just inherited talent.
Sako, known for his assists this year, co-leads the Western Conference in that regard. It's only his second goal of the year, his first since March 15th against El Paso. Tulsa back on the attack will earn a throw-in on the near side, parallel towards the 18. The left wing-back today, Lucas Stauffer, will take it, and once again, back his way up towards the advertising boards on the near side. Ball in his right hand. He will fix his face with his left hand. Left hand now goes up in the air and brought down. Stauffer aiming towards the near post, gleaming towards the 6. Ball still bouncing in the box. Brought down. Weber tries to tool it back. Ball is still bouncing and then punched away, cleared away by Asenge, back towards FC Tulsa's half, where St. Clair will play it back towards Peñaranda in the 18. Peñaranda will recycle and send it back towards Rising territory. Headed up by Smith, Skiers tries to get a piece of it. El Medcar will do so before running in towards Okello in the center circle. Montgomery track this back towards the D, plays it towards Isenge, also in that area. 17th minute, Phoenix Rising has drawn first blood 1-0, courtesy of Isanino Sako, the assist coming from Hope Avievu. The two guys that co-lead the Western Conference in assists getting it done. Here comes FC Tulsa with their direct attack. Goldthorpe loses possession, and Flood nicks it away. Okello was in a collision. A whistle was called. It will be a free kick, presumably for FC Tulsa. So this was a whistle away from the ball by Natalie Simon. It will be a free kick for FC Tulsa here in the 18th minute. Jamie Weber will take this. It's just beyond the center circle for an FC Tulsa team that has dropped some meaningful points at home this season. Weber in Tulsa's black top, black shorts, and black socks kit with the gold lettering, numbering, and streaking across the uniform. Ball just past the center circle. Weber will lay it off towards the right of center in the midway point. St. Clair will lift this in towards the box. Ball still bouncing. Bodies colliding. Another clearance by Asenge, but it goes immediately up into towards the air. It's out on the near side in Rising's midway point. Throw in FC Tulsa.
So much pressure from Tulsa, and yet they're not the one with the immediate point on the board. It's a testament to the grit of Phoenix, but also Tulsa has gotten their moments in little spurts. If they keep knocking like this, they will have at least a high-quality chance to show for it. It's on the way, and we're just 19 minutes through. Phoenix needs to sharpen up defensively.
Serrato. St. Clair just past the halfway line. Dancing it out, Alex DeLu. The far side midway point for FC Tulsa plays it back towards Arthur Rogers, the two-time League One Defender of the Year. Back with DeLu. He lifts it into the box, trying to find Weber. It was glanced away, if you will, by Smith. It goes out on the near side. It's a throw-in for FC Tulsa, parallel to the 18. Stauffer again, getting ready to take the throw-in, twirling the ball in his right hand. Approaching 19 minutes, 1-0 in favor of Phoenix Rising from One Oak Field. Stauffer just to the right of the backstop. Lifts this in towards the 6. It's headed up by Asenge. Avievu will push it a little bit further. It'll be nicked away out towards the right. DeLu has it. Plays it, looking for Rogers in the 18. Rogers will get a touch to it on the right wing, close towards the byline. He'll lift this in. Okello chests it down. Montgomery clears it away, and Rising, for now, is unscathed as the ball goes out on the far side, parallel to the 18. Throw in for Phoenix Rising. 4 shots for Tulsa, 2 for Phoenix, but Rising has the 1 shot on target in this match, courtesy of Isan Sako, 15 minutes through. Tulsa again trying to pick it off. They're on the right wing, clipping it in towards the 18. Goldthorpe can't get to it. Smith blocked it. It's cleared away by Rising once again. Charlie Dennis trying to get it on the attack. Ball in the center circle, laid off towards Isan Nino Sacco. Past the center circle, Sacco off towards Okello. Short passing between those two. Ball ricocheting their way towards the midway point. Might have been a handball on Tulsa. Play continues. Weber plays it towards Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe in the center circle, now towards the left of it. Skeers was trying to poke his way through. Stauffer. Serrato. Acres of space to work left of center in the midway point. Lifted into the D. It's headed up by Flood. Goldthorpe plays it towards El Medcar. El Medcar on the 18. Right-footed shot. Blocked away by Phoenix. Smith the one doing so. Nonetheless, Tulsa trying to once again get back in the 18. Ball played through by Weber. And it goes right towards Rakowski. El Medcar, the intended target, did not get the message and run towards Rakowski, who was at his 6. Now he'll take it towards the far side and pick it up, trying to shield it away from El Medcar. 21st minute of play, Phoenix 1, Tulsa 0, as Phoenix Rising looks for their 5th consecutive win in league play. Mahirson Hassan, Kevin Cardez, our producer Samuel O'Brien. Thanks for tuning in on this Saturday evening on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. Rakowski Rising back in Tulsa's half, able to get some possession, rolling for Dennis, losing it though on the near side, near Tulsa's midway point. It will be a throw-in for Rising, as Stauffer was the one to poke it away. Injured player down for Phoenix Rising as well. It's Sacco, the goal scorer, holding on to his right hamstring. His leg in a 90-degree angle, his left leg, the uninjured one, also just laying there. They'll get some help from J.P. Skeers and the referee today, Natalie Simon, and will be helped up. Sacco still continues to hold his right hamstring. For right now, he will shake it off.
It's unfortunately reminiscent, Mahir, of what happened with Joel Margarita. Earlier on in the season, he scored against Switchbacks and then literally, like 90 seconds later, went down with injury and had to immediately exit the pitch. And that was one of those moments where you just put hands on your head and went, God, it's unfortunate. You hope that Sacco's okay, and hopefully now he's running and shaking it off, but we'll see if any substitutes get up and moving over in Tulsa.
Dennis crossed near side, clipped away by FC Tulsa. Ball still bouncing in the 6. It's headed, and it goes out of play for a goal kick. It was Sacco with a chance, nodding it down, but wide left of goal. It's a goal kick for FC Tulsa. Sacco and many others thought it was offside. Nonetheless, it remains 1-0 in favor of Rising. 23rd minute of play. Peñaranda in the pink top, purple shorts, pink socks. Plays this short towards the left of center, still in the 18. Some touches here for A.B. Sissoko as he lofts it back in towards Rising territory. Asenge glances it back towards Rakowski in his own 18. The 23rd minute, trying to get it away from El Medcar, who made a hurried rush to try to get the ball, but he couldn't get it. Phoenix Rising scored early in this one. FC Tulsa has scored early in multiple matches, including the opener against Phoenix Rising at 38th and Washington. Rising trying to deliver some deja vu here, as here they come on the attack with Montgomery going forward. It's knocked away by FC Tulsa. A throw-in for Phoenix Rising on the far side near the halfway line. And once again, Kevin, Braxton Montgomery, the left center back, joining in the attack.
I mean, Montgomery has slowly but surely drifted further and further into the midfield, and at times, like you said, the attack. Now it's Ryan Flood, like we've talked about, who's dropped back and sort of been a center back in possession, something that he's really good at. If there's something that's the bread and butter of Ryan Flood that's not an absolute thunder bolt off of his left leg, it's playing pretty hard-nosed defense. He can do it really face up. He's super good in close one-to-one challenges, something that they really value him for. So him dropping back in possession and being a center back isn't really unheard of, but his comfortability on the ball is something that we'll question, and we'll sort of see how it changes throughout the night.
Asenge plays it back towards Rakowski, takes a touch left of center just beyond the box. 25th minute of play, Phoenix Rising 1, FC Tulsa 0. Popavievu trying to get a nifty spin. He does. Space to work for him. Left of center into the midway point. Goes down. Taken from behind. A free kick for Phoenix Rising. Harvey St. Clair in that right center back spot today, or make that the right wing back spot today, the guilty party.
And Hope Avayevu is on absolute fire tonight. Everything on the half turn is so crisp, so clean. He's beating anybody that's on his left hip. No one can stop him from getting to exactly where he wants to be unless it's a shove in the back. And now he picks up a valuable free kick.
So that free kick for Phoenix Rising as we approach the 25-minute mark from One Oak Field. It will be left of center in the midway point, roughly 10 yards past the center circle. It's a one-man wall for FC Tulsa, the attacking line right at the 18-yard box. Avayevu right foot through the ball, looking towards the back post. Okello with the header, trying to pass it back towards someone in the middle. It did not go there. It went out on the nearby line, just shy of the goal. It's a goal kick for Tulsa and Peñaranda. Johan Peñaranda was started the last 9 matches for FC Tulsa. 810 minutes played this season. Short passes by him and his backline cohort for the home side. Again, a home side that has dropped some points at home, including a 2-1 loss to Oakland Roots earlier this year on April 12th. Space to work now for FC Tulsa. Down the right side, it's Harvey St. Clair. St. Clair gets control, trying to get past a backtrack in Sacco. He doesn't. He has to leave it off towards Rogers, patrolling towards the right of center. Dangerous collision with him and Skiers. Nonetheless, no whistle. Rising tries to go on the attack. It goes back towards Smith. He spirals this towards the center circle. It is chested down by Formella, and Formella nicks this out towards the far side for Sacco. Back in the midway point, Sacco and Formella have their personal game right now. 27th minute, 1-0. Sacco. Avayevu. Flood. All beyond the halfway line right now, Rising. Now they go back into their own half with Asenge.
I think there were 6 passes back and forth between Formella and Sacco there, just one touch, and nobody was really doing anything about it, but Formella wasn't moving and Sacco wasn't moving, so everybody just kind of watched them sort of play catch on the far side touchline.
Ball lifted over the top. Sacco, the intended target. Flag will go up on the near side. Offside. Called on Isan Nino Sacco. Right now the hero in this match with Phoenix Rising up 1-0 against FC Tulsa from One Oak Field. The third matchup between these two sides this season. One of 4 teams. Phoenix Rising will play 3 times this season. Again, you have to remember the Jägermeister Cup as well. So you have 3 matchups against El Paso, along with New Mexico and San Antonio.
Is it fair now to call Avayevu a road warrior? In his last 3 away games in USL Championship play, he has a goal and 3 assists.
I'd say so. Rogers sends it towards Stauffer. Ball brought down left to center in the midway point for FC Tulsa. Diallo. Serrato, one-timer, looking for Stauffer again. He pips it over Smith. Dennis tracking back, will get to it. Clears it forward, deflected off of Stauffer. Throw in Rising.
And Dennis has been a menace on the near side touchline. He is working so hard defensively, and it's oftentimes the kick off of a Tulsa player on the near side touchline that causes a throw in for Colin Smith, and then they get to restart possession. They get the ball back and try to settle play. It's only Dennis who's really doing that right now.
Weber getting some touches edge of the 18. It's cleared away again by Rising. As this game has gone on, possession has gone in favor of Phoenix Rising, 54.1% in favor of the team with the red tops, white shorts, and red socks tonight. Peñaranda controls in his 18, plays it out towards Rogers. Rogers will send this towards a backtracking Delu. Delu trying to play this down the right side. It's picked off by Flood. Flood towards Avayevu, pressed from behind by Delu, and Avayevu plays it back towards Montgomery, who will send it back towards his goalkeeper, Patrick Rakowski, in the all-green kit and the black long sleeves. Montgomery again, lifting this up, looking towards Sacco, headed away by Rogers. It trickles out on the far side, just shy in the midway point, FC Tulsa. A throw-in for Phoenix Rising in the 30th minute, still up 1-0.
Arthur Rogers is so frustrated right now with the Tulsa defense because they're letting anyone who wants to make a run. And it's frustrating for Rogers because he's the guy who's tracking back on his back right foot every single time. It's a frustrating first 30 for him.
Ball clipped out towards Dennis, try to flick it towards, was that Okello? I think it was Okello who was joining in the attack, playing number 9 in that area. It's a throw-in for Rising. Dennis will play this back towards Smith, and Smith back towards Asenge. Rising back in their own half. He'll lead this off towards Rakowski, 30 yards off his line. Touches between Montgomery and Asenge. Montgomery plays it a little bit too high as he was pressed from behind. And it's now a throw-in for FC Tulsa, just shy of the 18-yard box on the near side. Stauffer again won't back up entirely, and now he will towards the advertising boards, the one that says FC Tulsa with FC Tulsa's crest on it. Goldthorpe brings down the throw-in. It finds Diallo. Diallo will play this back towards the center circle for Rogers. Has some space to work, and now sends it out towards the right-hand side. Rogers thought about a one-time cross. Now he'll lift it over the top. St. Clair brings it down. He went down. It's a free kick for FC Tulsa, a dangerous one for the hosts, as it was St. Clair going down the far side, the right channel. He was taken down just 2 yards away from the 18. So this will be a pseudo corner kick with Isan Sako called for the foul.
And this is a gut check here for Phoenix, a team that struggled early on, especially in the phase of the game where they were playing Tulsa 2 times in the early piece of the season. They were struggling with set pieces as a yellow card comes out of the pocket for Sako. Now they see if they can step up to the moment and be better on them, because when they played Tulsa both times, it wasn't very sharp.
31st minute, Phoenix 1, Tulsa 0. Sako will pay the dues of his yellow card and will mark Khalil El-Medkar. Avievu, the one-man wall for Phoenix Rising, in between the 6-yard boundary and the 18-yard boundary. Ball parallel to the 18. Ball sent in, and it's a little bit too high. A direct shot taken by FC Tulsa there, but unbothered was Patrick Rakowski in net. Rakowski will lay this off towards Asenge, and he'll take the goal kick short back towards his goalkeeper, the German goalkeeper, back with Phoenix Rising. And gives it off here. Rising back in defense. Goldthorpe with a shot, and it's blocked away. Asenge gets hit right in the head. He's bent over, trying to get a touch to his face. Continues to clutch that area. Now he's gone down inside the 18, and medical attention will be needed. FC Tulsa had a lot of opportunities against Sacramento, where Sacramento gave the ball up in their defensive half. And then FC Tulsa just went forward and tried to get some shots towards net. They came close to try to get a 2-0 lead. They just couldn't get it. Phoenix Rising in a similar situation, but more importantly, Asela Senge, who is the true center back, the only true center back for Phoenix Rising right now, is down on the pitch.
That was just an absolute rocket shot to the head there for Asenge. He'll go down, and we'll hope that he's not concussed or anything, because you said him here, he's the only center back available for play tonight against Oklahoma. So they'll hope that Asenge is good to go. He was clutching his forehead. That was an absolute shot to his dome. And now we'll see what happens after this, because if somebody gets up and moving, or they have to take him off the pitch for a little bit because he'll have to exit for at least a moment to be checked out by the physio, things start to get a little dicey for Phoenix as we see Darius Johnson get up and moving behind the touch boards, and now he'll start to warm up.
Refreshments provided for both sides on the far side touchline, 34th minute of play. Action stopped momentarily as Asela Senge will receive some treatment. And a shot from Elliot Goldthorpe. It actually went off of his right temple. He was clutching that area immediately after the shot and then decided to go to ground. Asenge, a guy that joined Phoenix Rising in early May from LA Galaxy, got multiple chances with LA Galaxy 2 and Ventura County. He'll be checked by Greg Spence, the head athletic trainer for Phoenix Rising, and he'll be taken off the pitch momentarily. Phoenix Rising up 1-0 courtesy of Isan Sako in the 15th minute. The assist provided by Hope Kodzo Aveyevu. The two players that co-lead the Western Conference in assists team up for the opener on this Saturday night. Pamunuka sending his troops back out to battle. A whiteboard, a red whiteboard in his left hand, his right hand pushing towards his players to make sure they're in the right position. His mouth continues to move vigorously as he beckons out commands.
And Pamodoka is such an animated guy when it comes to his sideline action, whether it's on the water cooler or standing up and barking orders at his team. He loves to manage position. He's super involved in where everybody likes to stand, sit, and float. And they had an entire tactical conversation where a board with magnets and positions came out in that little huddle.
Ball back with FC Tulsa, just at the edge of the 18, right of center. Serrato has it, leaves it off towards Rogers. Rogers, right-footed ball in for Weber. Shot saved, a rebound is in. Or so he thought. Weber had his hands up towards his head, and now it will be called offside. So the initial header was onside for Weber. He got the header off, Rakowski saved it, and then because of his follow-through that he just poked past the Rising goalkeeper, it was called offside. It is still 1-0 in the 36th minute.
And Rakowski was in the right place at the right time. An absolute shot right to his right kneecap. He stops the initial ball, and then Weber can't get back on side for the rebound, and instead the flag goes up and Phoenix stays in the lead. A little bit of a heart-stopping moment for Phoenix, and now Tulsa will try to capitalize on the momentum of the fake goal as the smoke drifts across the pitch. They thought they had one. They'll try to go get one now.
Ball lofted over the top by Rogers towards the far side, parallel to the 18 once again, FC Tulsa. Alex DeLue with the ball, going up against Flood. Ball sent in down low. Montgomery clears it away. Back out towards the far side, parallel to the 18. Sacco tries to keep it in play. Either way, a free kick earned by Rising in the 37th minute. Still a dangerous chance by Jamie Weber, who provided the assist to Khalil El-Medkar's game-winning goal last Saturday. He had a good header on target. Clinical, just couldn't finish it.
And that was some service from Arthur Rogers. I mean, what a cross in there in the run of play, and he was the reason why that was even possible. He's been on fire tonight, and he's been firing up his team too.
Flood loses possession. It's back with Tulsa. Left off, looking towards the 18. Akello, a left-footed clearance. Back towards the halfway line. Rogers, pressured by Sacco, gets it off towards St. Clair. St. Clair spinning his way up and pipping this forward in towards the 18. Player goes down. That was DeLue, and it's back towards Rakowski. 37th minute. Phoenix 1, Tulsa 0 on a Saturday night at One Oak Field. Phoenix Rising's second trip to the Sooner State this year. Their first one a success. A 4-2 penalty shootout win against this very team after drawing 1-1 at the end of 120 minutes in the third round of the U.S. Open Cup. More importantly, they're trying to get 3 points today, something that they have grown very accustomed to in league play. They've done it in the past 4 games. Ball back in the center circle. It's Serrato. Clipping this back, try to get it towards St. Clair, I think. Rising wins it back. Akello has control of it. Skierce, Montgomery, back to Skierce. Local guys getting some touches, now sends it off towards a Cameroon native, Asenge. Colin Smith in control now, plays it towards Dennis, near side touchline, clipped away. Ball still bouncing on the near side. A throw-in for Phoenix Rising. Dennis will forego the ball, and Colin Smith will take it.
Something I think that is interesting to hear is we've talked about at times this season how Colin Smith was the most advanced player on the pitch of anyone between the midfield and the back line for, I'd say, 8 or 9 matches. Today, by average position, he is the deepest lying player for Phoenix. Just one of those things where you just scratch your head because what a drastic change for Phoenix, because they prided themselves on that flexibility and versatility.
Ball played back towards Rakowski at the penalty spot. Rakowski, a left-footed ball, out towards the far side, parallel towards the center circle. Now past the center circle, it's Sacco. Sacco colliding with an FC Tulsa player. It was St. Clair. Make that Serrato. 39th minute, throw-in for Rising. It's 1-0 in favor of Pamodoka's side as he controls the ball now in his right hand and will give it off towards Ryan Flood, who will take the throw-in. Flood with an arm injury right now. His right arm, the right forearm, that is taped up. Throw-in taken short, deflected. It's now with Tulsa right in front of Phoenix Rising's bench.
I don't know if that's tape here. I think that's just a full-on arm cast. It is. If it's tape, that is a serious tape job.
Ball lifted back towards the halfway line. Tulsa working their way down the pitch. A baseball pitch here, One Oak Field. Pamodoka was asked about that in media availability earlier this week. Does it matter? He said absolutely not. We will play wherever it is. Ball sent back. Asenge, vigorous header back towards Rakowski, able to fend off Delu here in the 40th minute. Rakowski was going to go with the left-handed roll towards Flood. Now he'll just drop it down. Ball right at his 6, and now he'll play it short towards the Corona del Sol graduate, Ryan Flood, saucering this ball back in towards the center. It's picked off by Stauffer. Stauffer trying to find El Medcar, or make that Weber goes down. No foul called as Asenge controls it on the nearby line. Rising continues to be stuck in their own half, and the ball went out on the nearby line. When Asenge controlled it, it's a corner kick for FC Tulsa.
Well, that took about 40 seconds to figure out if it had gone out of bounds. There was pretty much an entire run of play that had occurred by the time that the center referee finally said, yep, it's out of bounds.
More importantly, it was Smith colliding with Weber. Weber could have had the equalizer in the 35th minute, but he was called offside. He's back at the near side corner flag. Right cast on his right wrist, his left arm raised to the sky, now brought down. Right foot through the ball, going towards the back post. Unencumbered header is dropped down and cleared away by Phoenix Rising. It was Delu with the shot, as it's Diallo to control. He sends this back in towards the 18. It's off the head of Okello. It's out on the nearby line once again for a Tulsa corner. And back goes Jamie Weber, FC Tulsa, 9 shots so far today, none of them on target, troubling Patrick Rakowski. Weber back again as Tulsa, or make that Rising, is fending off the 6-yard box. 4 field players in that area along with Rakowski, most of them though grouped towards the back post, including 5 black jerseys for FC Tulsa. Weber lifts it in that way. Rakowski gets a right fist to it and punches it out towards the far side midway point. It's resent by Tulsa. Skierce gets ahead to it. Ball bouncing just outside the 18. Hopkozo Avievu chesting it down, wrestled from behind by Weber. It's a free kick for Phoenix Rising. 42nd minute of play. It is still Phoenix 1, Tulsa 0.
And there's still just more quality play from Hope Avievu. Time and time again, he's done everything that they've asked him to. Is it defend hard? He'll defend as hard as you can. If it's assist, he'll assist. If it's score, he can score too. He has been so class all year long, but tonight, especially as they lead 1-0, that goal just does not happen without his service. These clearances don't happen without his low center of gravity and his strength. It has just been impressive to watch.
Ball sent towards the near side corner. Dennis making a chase to it with Stauffer. It is out for a goal kick, and Stauffer immediately throws it towards his goalkeeper, Johan Peñaranda. Ball in his left hand as he walks it back towards the center of his 6. 43rd minute. Peñaranda has allowed multiple goals to Phoenix Rising this year. Once in the Open Cup to Joe Margarita. He's out today on Gold Cup duty with Curacao. Isandino Stacco stepped up in the 15th minute. What else does this game have in store? Tulsa back on the attack in the midway point. Down the left of center, Goldthorpe leaves it off towards Stauffer in the 18. Ball still bouncing in the box and cleared away again by J.P. Skierce. It seems like every time the ball goes in towards the 18, Kevin, Skierce is getting some sort of touch to it as it goes out for Tulsa throw-in on the near side.
And Skierce is just the alpha kind of player who can do anything if asked to, and he has been so reliable when it comes to the moments where there's pressure. We need to figure out what we're going to do. Who's going to be there? J.P. Skierce's forehead, whether it's on a set piece that they're receiving or delivering, or it's just been over and over class, and you can't say enough about how good J.P. Skierce has been. On the other side, though, Mahir, an important result has come through just now. Lexington beats New Mexico, and now Phoenix has a chance to go level with them.
So Phoenix Rising up 1-0 right now against FC Tulsa. And 2 teams trying to find their way towards the top of the Western Conference leaderboard. Phoenix Rising, the last time they had a 5-game win streak in league play, it was in 2021, led by Rick Shantz. They got the number 1 seed overall in the Western Conference. Free kick for Rising, taken short. Skierce lifts this towards the far side, and our referee today, Natalie Simon, will now tell Phoenix Rising to retake the free kick. Simon, the referee, Sun Yinka Kahinde, and AJ Franklin, her assistants. The 4th official on the far side touchline, Tim Wagner. Now Patrick Rakowski will be the one to take this free kick. in what would be the infield of the baseball diamond. Rakowski puts his left leg through the ball and spirals this back towards the near side. Ball bouncing for Rising as Tulsa clears it towards the near side in their own midway point. Ball still bouncing past the halfway line, controlled by Rising. Asela Senge plays this back towards Rakowski in his own 18, just shy of the D. Montgomery between the center circle and the D plays it towards the center circle for Formella, and he leaves it away. Here comes FC Tulsa again. Space to work. A shot taken and a save by Patrick Rakowski. Open space for Alex DeLu to try to get his second goal against Rising this season, and Patrick Rakowski leans towards his left, gets his left hand on the ball, and sees this out for a corner kick on the far side. Start of stoppage time, 5 minutes of such. It's still 1-0 in favor of Phoenix.
And man, it's really, really almost canonical now how against Tulsa, Rakowski has risen to the moment again. This is the team that he turned it around against earlier on in the season when he had a rough stretch. He won the starting job back against Tulsa. Now he'll try to build on what has been an incredible stretch from him.
Another set piece for Jamie Weber, this time on the far side, that being the right wing, an outswinger for Weber. Takes a few deep breaths, hands on his hips. Weber, one of the new additions to this FC Tulsa side, who has made multiple changes since taking on Phoenix Rising last. Now he'll back up again. Players grouped around the 6, especially for FC Tulsa. Stoffer outside the 18, ball clipped in. Avievu, the first Rising man there on the near side, make that the far side, will chest it away. It's another corner kick for FC Tulsa on the far side of the pitch. Similar matchup for Tulsa. Players scrambling around the 6. It's sent in by Weber. It's headed up again by the 5'6" Avievu. Smith will just head it away. It's a throw-in for FC Tulsa on the far side, parallel to the 18-yard box. We're about 1 minute and 45 seconds through first half stoppage time.
This is where you just want to see the 50th minute go by and the whistle get blown twice because Phoenix is on the ropes. They're on their back heels. Tulsa is pressing. Get to the locker room with the lead. Somebody has to do something.
Another long throw-in for FC Tulsa, right in towards the 6. Asenge heads it up. Ball bouncing. Weber shot, blocked away by Formella. Shielding himself to the force, but he's able to stop it. Out on the far side, play down towards DeLu. DeLu trying to get around Okello. He can. Okello trapping it on the far side, parallel to the 18. He gives it up, though, towards St. Clair. St. Clair pushing far byline, lofted up. Rakowski paused it right towards Weber. Rakowski trying to get back towards it, and Jamie Weber misses the net. Weber had a clear chance from 15 yards out left of center. Rakowski, roughly 6 yards off his line, had 3 Rising players retreat back towards the goal line to try to stop it. It didn't matter. And Jamie Weber misses his second big chance of the day. It's still 1-0 Phoenix as we're 3 minutes through first half stoppage time.
Jamie Weber oh so close with a curling shot to the top right corner of the net. If he would have put that one in, it would have been a surefire goal of the week candidate at the very, very least. Weber Mahir is the most expensive transfer in USL Championship history. Tulsa paid the most money a team has ever paid in championship history for Jamie Weber. He is a class quality player. He's played for the South African national team on multiple occasions. He played at the highest level of South African soccer over in their country. It has been a ride for Jamie Weber, the 27-year-old. He was so close to showing exactly why they spent so much money on him.
Throwing from Smith. Dennis goes down. It's back out to the box. Avievu shot. It's still bouncing near the penalty area. Sissoko gets a leg to it to get it away from Avievu. It's back with Rising. Left of center, the midway point. Ryan Flood, he's known for taking long shots. He won't do it there. Gets the ball back from Formella. Flood goes down. Natalie Simon says get up. It's back with FC Tulsa. Here come the hosts on the attack, and Avievu basically football tackles an FC Tulsa player in attack. It will be a clear-cut yellow card for the Ghana native.
And that's what you have to do. Avievu saw the numbers start to flow. It was basically a 4-on-1 that was forming up on top. Everybody was going to crash that box. Avievu just says, all right, let's go to ground, and tackles. It's what you have to do. Yellow card comes right out of the pocket for Avievu, but perhaps he prevented a goal.
Just a clear-cut football tackle. Hope Avievu might be going to some Arizona Cardinals games in the fall. Nonetheless, free kick by FC Tulsa. Ball back in the 18 near side. Smith taken to ground by Goldthorpe. It's a free kick for Phoenix Rising on the near side, parallel to their own box. As we approach the 5th minute of first half stoppage time, 1-0 in favor of Phoenix Rising, who, although scoring in the 15th minute, courtesy of Isan Nino Sacco, have weathered a storm in this first half. 12 shots from FC Tulsa, one of them courtesy of Jamie Weather, coming on target. Patrick Rakowski, who puts his left foot through this ball, was able to make the save, and that will do it for the first half. So Phoenix Rising trying to get their 5th consecutive win in USL play, is 45 minutes away from doing so as they lead 1-0 to FC Tulsa here at One Oak Field. A battle between two teams in the top 5 of the Western Conference, two teams that coming into this weekend had a striking chance, less than 3 points away from the top spot in that category. Kevin, a very interesting game overall, and because of New Mexico United losing to Lexington earlier today, the winner of this game, if we do have a winner of this game, would take that #1 spot in the West. Phoenix Rising able to weather the storm right now.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix is doing everything right, it feels like, in the current moment. Just staying the course. It's something that they've done since they were on their slide in the first 5 and 6 games of the season. Pamodo Ka said, it's a process. We know what we have. We know who we can be. Just give us time to figure it out. And boy, have they figured it out. It wasn't a perfect half. It wasn't even a pretty half, but a perfect half, in my eyes, is going into the locker room with a lead. That's exactly what they have. They haven't won the shot battle, but they've won the expected goal battle. They've done enough to have a leg up in this game. It's courtesy of JP Skierce's forehead, clearing every ball out of the box possible. It's courtesy of the left foot of Hope Avievu creating the most immaculate service possible, and the right foot of Isan Nino Sacco for putting a ball low-driven into the bottom right corner of the net. It's not perfect, but it's just enough to have a lead, and for the next 45, that's all you'll need.
We have seen many shots in this first half, 15 of them, 12 of them going to Tulsa, 3 of them going to Rising. It's the visitors up 1-0 against the hosts as we head to the halftime break. Stick around, folks. You'll hear our thoughts at the halftime show right after this on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tires simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Coming up Monday on the lunch break, how did the Diamondbacks fare in their 3-game set against the Cincinnati Reds? Did they keep the good times rolling, or was it 1 step forward and 2 steps back? Plus, they've got the GM. They've got the coach. The summer of Durant is in full swing. What is the latest on the Suns and their plans with KD? All of it, Monday's edition of The Lunch Break, 11 to 1, right here on KDUS AM 1060.
Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app. James Out West, your home for sports down here in the desert. Join James and Pat the Stat Guy as they recap the weekend and dive deep into the numbers for the NFL, NBA, college sports, and more.
That's 5 seasons of 1,200 yards.
Player stats, team numbers, and contracts are just the start of the discussion for James and Pat.
He started 815 career games. He threw 749 complete games.
There's no hiding when it comes to stats. It's James Out West every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. right here on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Now we go back to the field to break down the first half action with the Rising Radio Halftime Report on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
A formidable first half for Phoenix Rising on the road in the Sooner State, taking on FC Tulsa for the third time this season. It's Phoenix Rising 1, FC Tulsa 0 at the half. Mahir Hassan, Kevin Cardez back with you on the Phoenix Rising halftime show. Kevin, we talked about this in the open, that this team, either team, had to really show out on the defensive side, and after Phoenix Rising had got that goal courtesy of Isan Sako in the 15th minute, they really did so.
Yeah, it feels like this is definitely a defensive battle by all metrics, but it's not really a pretty one necessarily. It's a game where both teams are in it because they're definitely fighting hard. Tulsa has had their moments where there have been opportunities to get that big, high-quality chance. They put one shot on the net, and it was a good one. Jamie Weber had a chance at a curler, but, man, the true opportunity couldn't break through because Phoenix was working so hard. On the flip side of the coin, Phoenix was doing the exact same thing until some brilliance from Hope Avayevu finally broke through in the 15th for Sako to put one away. That's the difference in the game. It's not a canyon. There's not a large margin. If by anything, Tulsa has been the aggressor in this match. Now it's up to Phoenix to reinsert themselves as the people who are controlling the game and get through the next 45 with a lead.
Tulsa the aggressor, you say. They have 12 shots in this first half compared to Phoenix Rising's 4. Both teams have a shot on target. Tulsa's was a header by Jamie Weber that was saved by Patrick Rakowski, or pardon me, that was not the header. The header was offside. Nonetheless, Weber put up a shot, and nonetheless, there have been a lot of good chances for FC Tulsa. Possession going in favor of Phoenix Rising right now, 54.2% right now. No corners for Phoenix Rising in the first half. 5 on the other side for FC Tulsa, both teams with 6 points overall, and Phoenix Rising, courtesy of that link up between Avayevu and Sako, lead the expected goals tally right now, 0.51 to 0.42. You know, we've seen games like this before, Kevin, and again, the last matchup between these two teams, a great example, where Phoenix Rising scored first courtesy of Jero Margarita, then kind of sat back for a little while, then had to sit back because Remy Cabral was sent off with a red card. And then FC Tulsa was able to get the equalizer, send it to extra time with a goal by Stefan Lukic right before second half stoppage time. And again, we've seen this FC Tulsa team come back and try to rally their way through. Goals really matter for this team, and so does their defense overall. What does Rising have to do better in the second half?
Well, they're probably going to look towards the bench and see, hey, who can we substitute on to get a little bit better, right? Emi Quaysho is lying in wait. Can he play 45? Can he play 30? Is it 25 minutes for Quaysho? That's the big question, because when he steps on the field, there is a cool calmness that sets over the defensive back line. When he was playing against Dynamo, he was arguably one of the 3-4 best players on the entire pitch from minute 1 till the end of the 120th by the end of the second extra time. He was so good. There is a maturity, a professionalism to him that Phoenix will probably need, because this has been a very up and down, ebb and flow. You know, this game is not settled. Quayshow can help settle. Then you start to look at, hey, what about the new guy? What can Emmers do? I think that the answers for Phoenix are currently on the bench, and maybe that's the pressing of Darius Johnson, the new guy energy of Zian Emmers, Emi Quayshow coming on and settling the pace. There's so many things that they can do. It's up to Pa Maduka to move the right pieces, flip the right switches, and get Phoenix ready for the last 45 so they can maybe, if all things hold, make their march to the top of the table in the Western Conference.
One of the biggest things we talked about going into today, an academy-heavy bench for Phoenix Rising. Jamison Ping, Pierce Rizzo, Cyrus Kowal, all of them appearing this season, nonetheless, with a lot of youth and potentially inexperience. You can also add Jan Villegas to that list as well. So we'll see what Phoenix Rising can do. That bench right now, in terms of senior players, it's Emi Quayshow, Tristan Henry, the backup goalkeeper, Darius Johnson, and Xian Emmers, the signing from Belgium coming in from Rapid Bucuresti, debuted for Rising last week against Orange County. A lot of options for this Phoenix Rising side who are trying to make their way towards the Western Conference mountaintop right now. They're sitting pretty right now above New Mexico United, 1-0 against FC Tulsa right now. We'll take a quick break here on the Phoenix Rising Radio Halftime Report. When we come back, we head around the league and to some different tournaments and what Phoenix Rising players are doing over the coming weeks during the summer of soccer.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tire simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
You're listening to the Rising Radio Halftime Report on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
More than 3 months into the 2025 USL Championship season, and we've seen some interesting results right now as Phoenix Rising sits up 1-0 against FC Tulsa. Mihirson Hassan, Kevin Cardez back with you on the Phoenix Rising Halftime Report. Some players still out trying to get some reps overall. Again, a Phoenix Rising side that had 3 people named to the USL Team of the Week. Darius Formella in the forwards, Patrick Rakowski, the goalkeeper, on the bench. Pa Maduka, the coach of the week for this Phoenix Rising side, trying to maneuver their way through what is an interesting USL season right now. A lot of interesting games down the stretch. The biggest one was earlier today between New Mexico United and Lexington SC. New Mexico United coming into today the top of the Western Conference. Lexington, the bottom in the Bluegrass State. Lexington SC takes care of business. A 2-1 win for them. Rhode Island beating North Carolina 2-1. Loudoun United and Detroit City, a battle between 2 of the top 5 teams in the Eastern Conference, goes in favor of Loudoun, a 3-2 result for them. Charleston Battery beats Hartford Athletic 2-1. Tampa Bay Rowdies beats Miami 2-1 at home in a battle between two teams in the Sunshine State. 3 games also make that 2 games also going on right now. In the 76th minute, Louisville City up 4-1 on Birmingham Legion. And in the 35th minute, El Paso Locomotive and Orange County SC remain deadlocked 0-0. 3 games also coming up later today, as we'll have Colorado Springs against Oakland Roots. That game might already be in action right now. You also have Las Vegas Lights against Monterey Bay at 7:30 Arizona time, and Sacramento Republic against San Antonio. Players back out on the pitch. Phoenix Rising still in the red tops, white shorts, and red socks. Now moving from right to left. FC Tulsa still in the black tops, black shorts, and black socks with the bronze slashing along with lettering and numbering. Now moving from left to right. No really designated supporter section, if you will, at One Oak Field. Sparse crowd throughout the baseball stadium overall that's been converted to a soccer stadium on this Saturday night for FC Tulsa games. They've been doing this for a while, more than 10 years, even when the team was called the Tulsa Roughnecks. Still waiting Natalie Simon's whistle. Hope Avievu, the assist man for Isan Nino Sacco in the 15th minute, stands in the center circle right now. Ball at the center point. Simon talking with Alex DeLu of FC Tulsa. Players jumping around, shuffling their feet, trying to get this second half underway in the Sooner State. The third matchup between FC Tulsa and Phoenix Rising this season. Fireworks are going off for the second half as we're back underway in Oklahoma. Ball lifted over the top. Rising back in the attacking quarter. It's headed away by Tulsa. Ball between the center circle and the D. Skiers trying to maneuver his way through. It's cleared away by FC Tulsa as Senge, feeling some pressure from Calhera, who just checked in, will send it back towards Rakowski. He sends it back. The flag has gone up for offside on the far side of the field. There's one substitution for FC Tulsa. Khalil El Medkar played in the number 9 today. He is off, and Taylor Calhera is now on. Free kick now for FC Tulsa. A.B. Sissoko to take it as smoke surrounds him from all sides.
This ballpark has a serious view, Mahir. I mean, the one thing, you talked about a sparse crowd. This skyline behind is so beautiful. If only we were there.
If only we were there. 47th minute of play. Tulsa back in possession, far side past the halfway line. Rising wins that possession back. Colin Smith taps it towards Skiers. It's back with Smith. Far side and Rising's midway point. Smith trying to escape Goldthorpe. Goldthorpe wrestles him from behind, straps him away from the ball. It's a free kick for Phoenix Rising. 1-0 in favor of the visitors. 15th minute goal by Sacco, his second goal of the season. Got the shot off from inside the D and posted it in the lower right corner of the net. Rakowski. Flood, left of center, beyond the 18, glides this back towards Tulsa territory as the ball bounces in towards the 18 near side, and Johan Peñaranda will take a couple of dribbles, bring it back towards the middle part of the pitch, a lighter green grass in that area, which would be, again, the infield of this baseball stadium. 47 minutes through, ball goes back towards Rogers, takes it in the D, now left of center, pushing towards the midway point. Out on the far side again, Tulsa, as Skiers goes through, and through with both legs, but did not get some legs. It's a throw-in for FC Tulsa.
Immediately, Phoenix off and running. It's not really a full press, but you can tell they're going to work really hard to establish themselves in the first 15 minutes of the game. It's what they didn't do initially.
DeLu plays it towards Calhera. It's back, a shot drifting towards the right side. It goes out on the nearby line. It was not deflected. It's a goal kick for Phoenix Rising, and FC Tulsa's magic man right now, Jamie Weber, is trying to push towards final gear once again as he laid the shot out from 25 yards away.
The first 15 of the first half, Mahir, were so tumultuous. Phoenix just couldn't get on the right foot. they were always defending. It was always Tulsa punching. It feels like there's a chance that it tips that way again, but maybe Phoenix wants that to happen. I'm not saying they're parking the bus, but I'm saying that they might just be a little defensive forward.
Here comes Okello, bringing the bus forward. Far side midway point, now right of center. Dennis Skierce Smith. Smith pushing down the right side, clips it into the box, too high for Avayevu, brought down by Sacco. He's juggling it left of center, just shy of the 18, pressured from behind by a couple of FC Tulsa players. Dalu will get the clearance away. It's a free kick for Phoenix Rising. So as Dalu and FC Tulsa were trying to get the ball back, they're called for the foul, a very light foul, but nonetheless in a dangerous position for Phoenix Rising here in the 49th minute, up 1-0.
Now the question is, who takes it? You have so many guys on the pitch who you're comfortable with taking, whether it's Charlie or Hope or even Ryan Flood. So many options, and now Sacco trots out.
49 minutes through, Sacco, the lone man at the ball, cradles it in his two hands. Now we'll lay it down, try to find a clean piece of pitch. Attacking line just 3 yards past the 18-yard box boundary. Many Rising players set up there. 3 players for FC Tulsa in the wall towards the left. Peñaronda's right. Sacco, right foot in front of left. Whistle blows. Isan Nino. Sacco does not get a goal. It goes right towards Peñaranda, and it's cleared away by FC Tulsa. Nearly copped it up, though, Peñaranda, as Smith plays his back. Peñaranda can't get a punch there, but it falls toward Diallo, and Boubacar Diallo, calling for his teammates to go forward, will put his left foot through the ball and sail this out on the far touchline. A throw-in for Phoenix Rising.
God, so much action now in the box for Phoenix, and I just talked about how, hey, maybe it's by design that Tulsa has a foot on the gas pedal, and now it's Phoenix with their foot on the gas pedal. So much intensity now. We'll see what they can stack up.
Smith throwing short to Dennis. Dennis tracking back towards the halfway line will send this back towards Rakowski, juggling the ball between the D and the center circle. Couple touches forward, left leg through the ball, sending this out towards the right. Can't find Dennis. It's nicked away by Stauffer. Back in the center circle, Rising. Giving it up towards Dalu. Dalu, some shifty moves to get past Skierce, gives it off towards Serrato. Marcus Serrato leaves it off towards Calhera. Calhera, cross blocked away by Flood. It goes towards St. Clair, back towards Calhera, near side, close towards the byline. Calhera dancing around the 18. Cross deflected, and it hits the side netting. Deflected out by Ryan Flood, who is guarding Calhera, trying to motor his way forward. Towson, Maryland native, could not find the cross. He does earn a corner, though. It's back with Jamie Weber near side. Weber, the right-footed, on the right wing, puts the ball in between the curve, in the middle of it. Brings his left hand down, right foot through the ball, aiming towards the near post. Avievo's there again. Stauffer, gliders blocked away. In the D again. Stauffer trying to move his way forward. Lucas Stauffer, shot blocked by Smith and cleared away by Rising. All the way back past the halfway line. 52nd minute. Phoenix 1, Tulsa 0, as Tulsa sends this back in towards the attacking quarter. Ball still bouncing. Hope gets a touch to it. So does Sacco. It's back with Hope, chested down. Hope still moving forward towards the center circle. Calls for a handball. It's no go right now. Weber gliding this towards Dalu. Dalu can't get to it on the far side, right near the 18-yard boundary over there. 52nd minute. The ball will trickle in towards the advertising boards on that side. Rising continues to survive.
And now it's, can they settle possession here? I wonder if just trying to pass it back and forth, left to right, but Tulsa starts to press right as I say that, and it's just man-to-man.
And it's deflected up in the air, brought down in the midway point. Tulsa gaining control left of center, and now Skierce has it for Rising. Plays it off towards Dennis off the turn, gets it towards Formella, right of center. Darius Formella. It's a player down to the ground. Midway point for Formella, aiming towards the D. He's got Avayevu. Formella goes down. Serrato with the tackle. It's back with Tulsa. Played off towards Dalu. 53rd minute. Still Phoenix up 1-0. Here comes Calhera. Here comes Tulsa as Senge getting control on that near side. Sacco touches. Push from behind by Flood. It's a free kick for Phoenix Rising. Didn't seem like it for a while, but Harvey St. Clair was eventually called for the foul.
Formella went to ground there before the break count started from Oklahoma, and he thought that he had a case for a foul right on top of the box. What he was trying to do was just hit it off the volley. Avievu played it back beautifully right to the top of the box, but Formella sort of just clipped an ankle of maybe two defenders at the same time and went straight to ground. The center referee said, play on.
Asenge diagonal towards Avievu, headed up by St. Clair. Tulsa controls near side parallel to the center circle. Played down the line, Delu with some space to work on the near side now towards the 18. Delu trying to play back post, and it rolls towards the goal line. It was saved by Patrick Rakowski. Taylor Calhera had a chance from 6 yards out. It was a shot rolled in. Rakowski got to the ball. It skipped past him right towards the goal line. It was spiraling right towards it, and somehow, someway, it is not a goal. Still 1-0 Rising, 54 minutes through. We wondered which team was going to get the better wishes tonight. Rising back in the midway point, loses possession, back with Tulsa, back with Delu. Delu past the halfway line, trying to get past Flood. Delu right to center, trying to play towards Calhera, too far. Rakowski controls with his left, unencumbered to the left of his 6. He will take his sweet time, Patrick Rakowski.
And he deserves it. Rakowski is the only thing standing between Tulsa and at least a point right now, it feels. He's wearing the captain's armband tonight, and for good reason. Rakowski is just so class. Falls on the ball right on top of the line. It doesn't get any closer than that. Talk about a few inches making the difference. Rakowski so close.
Throw in Tulsa. Miscommunication with the midfield and Flood. St. Clair. Rogers past the halfway line, near side. Ball bouncing towards the middle, left of center. A chance, Goldthorpe saved by Rakowski, and he picks it up right outside of his 6. Patrick Rakowski only had 1 save in the first half. He has 2 early in the second as we're 55 minutes through.
I mean, I can't believe my eyes. It's the high-octane press right now of FC Tulsa that is absolutely thwarting any movement from Phoenix. They are on every heel, on every touch. Nothing is easy for Phoenix right now, and it's Rakowski who's making it all the better by making this lead still exist.
Smith. Asenge. Plays it towards Montgomery. Montgomery between the center circle and the D, lifts it out to the near side. Flood will control at the near side midway point. St. Clair gets his right boot up right towards Flood's neck level. It's out for a throw-in for Rising. 57th minute. A Phoenix Rising team known for being gritty. A 1-0 win against Las Vegas on May 28th. They've also gone on the road, beat New Mexico 2-1, and had to weather the storm late after the hosts got a late goal. Here comes Tulsa again. Delu playing this down the line. Delu one-time ball towards Calhera. Calhera in the 18 passes Senge. Calhera shot. Rakowski comes up big again. This time leaning towards his right. Calhera couldn't find the right amount of power to sneak it past the German. 57th minute, still 1-0.
What is going on in Oklahoma, Mahir? It is unbelievable. Shot stop after shot stop for Rakowski. Save after save. Heroic moment after heroic moment. And it doesn't get any easier. He just makes it look possible.
Flood goes down, skiers, and Rising will continue play. Flood is well behind the play as the ball skips a line. Sacco will get some control on the near side. Play continues on here in the 58th minute. Sacco aiming towards the center. Formella, edge of the 18. Formella shot, and Peñaranda is able to save it. And now FC Tulsa players are running over towards the near side corner flag. A yellow card has been issued for FC Tulsa. A free kick for Phoenix Rising is coming up. 5 FC Tulsa players have surrounded Natalie Simon as Isanino Sacco continues to stretch out his hamstrings and his calves. AB Sasako, wearing the white captain's armband today for FC Tulsa, is beckoning his players to stay away from the referee right now. Hands crossed over his heart, trying to apologize for the mistake, trying to apologize for his team's mistake, Sissoko.
this might be the most all-time captain moment I have ever seen in the championship. Sissoko is on his knees, begging and pleading his case right now. He was praying to her before. He had his hands over his heart before that, and then he collapsed to his knees begging. I don't even know what the issue is.
This happened well after the initial play. So Sako was taken down. Play was resuming. The ball was back at the midway point. Luke Spencer is going over to the fourth official, and he wants an explanation as well. Meanwhile, Pamunuka, in the black blazer and black polo and the gray dress pants, is calling over his goalkeeper Rakowski. Meanwhile, Sissoko is off of his knees, and he will try to recollect his group. Ka will call over a couple of other players too, including Colin Smith, the first Phoenix Rising player to cross 1,000 minutes in league play this season. A goal against Detroit City FC, an assist against El Paso for Smith this year. Free kick Rising, 59th minute, 1-0 in favor of the red and black. Hope Avievu over the ball to take this free kick. His Red Sox rolled down, so much so that the white stripes at the bottom part of Rising socks make up majority of what most people can see right now. Orange cleats for Avievu, a two-man wall for Tulsa, nearly straddling the near side byline. 3 Rising players in the 6, trying to mess with Peñaranda, and now Natalie Simon will once again come into the 6 and try to sort out the foray right now. Whistle blows. Avievu takes 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps, 4 and 5 back. Avievu lifts this towards the back post, caught by Peñaranda. 60th minute, Peñaranda is going to hurl this out, and here comes Tulsa on the attack. Pushing forward, this is Jamie Weber, the South African, a 2-on-3 for FC Tulsa. Cutting his way back left of center, edge of the 18. Goldthorpe trying to maneuver his way forward. It's cleared away, not too far though. DeLu controls it right of center. Back in the midway point for Tulsa, left of center. This is Diallo. Diallo, Weber, and Tulsa will control possession. 60 minutes through this one, down 1-0. Here comes Tulsa again, pushing down the 18. Player goes down, no foul called. Ref says get up. And here comes Rising again. Smith past the player. Here comes Smith. On the far side, Colin Smith past the halfway line. A 4-on-4 right now, as Smith, in the far side midway point, try to juke his way past Diallo. Will just nick it off of his left knee. It's a throw-in for Phoenix Rising.
But here, how do we have a half hour to go? I mean, it feels like we have played an eternity, and there's only 15 minutes that have passed in this second half. We have a half hour of football to go, not even including extra time. Who knows what's on the way when the stoppage clock goes up, as Luke Spencer now gets a yellow.
Spencer was arguing with the officials' crew before on what could happen. Meanwhile, Phoenix Rising makes its first 2 changes of the day. 2 mainstays for this Phoenix Rising side, Darius Johnson and Emi Quaisho waiting on the far side touchline. Johnson will replace the goal scorer Isan Nino Sako, who scored in the 15th minute that made this a 1-0 match, and it is still a 1-0 match. Also battling some injuries as well, as Nino has gone down a couple of times. Ryan Flood, who we were expecting and we were wondering how many minutes could he play today. He goes nearly 61 and a half as he checks out, and Emi Quaisho will slide in to that left back position for Phoenix Rising.
And now the mind games start for Pamunuka, wondering, hey, like, what do we do next? Quaisho comes on for Flood. Darius Johnson replaces Sako, and I think that probably wasn't the game plan, but with Sako still reaching and trying to massage and get his hamstrings up and active, not letting them quiet down because he wanted to push through as long as he could, he gives Pamunuka an hour of soccer, and now it's Emi Quaisho and Darius Johnson who come on to finish off the job. Now, the last professional on the bench besides their backup goalkeeper, Tristan Henry, is Zian Emmers. We'll see if he even enters the game tonight.
Dennis looking for Formella. Formella maneuvering his way through, clipped away by Rogers. It is a corner kick for Phoenix Rising. Far side of the pitch, 63rd minute, 1-0 in favor of Phoenix Rising against FC Tulsa, the 3rd matchup this season between the 2 sides. Rising lost the first, technically drew the second, but won on penalty kicks in the U.S. Open Cup. What does the 3rd match have in store? Charlie Dennis, the left-footed Englishman, with his right hand up. His left heel nearly touching the advertisement board that says Ascension St. John in that far side corner. Rising around the penalty spot, ball lifted in. Scarce header saved by Peñaranda. Lifted out towards the midway point. Montgomery still bouncing around. Ball still bouncing around the 18. Avayevu getting a chest to it. Avayevu shot goes wide left. Johan Peñaranda keeps his team involved with a crucial save from JP Skierce with the header. It remains 1-0.
So close there for Avayevu, so close for the target. JP Skierce gets ahead to the ball, almost puts it into the back of the net, but that's what happens when your big dollar goalkeeper steps to the moment. Peñaranda is every bit what he's built to be, and he has shown that since he conceded in the 15th.
Here comes Tulsa the other side. On the far side edge of the 18, Weber plays it towards Calhera. Taylor Calhera shot blocked away by Braxton Montgomery. Now on the 18 again, Delu in the box. It's clipped away, Rising, and the red jerseys swarming to the ball. It's back with Tulsa again. Stefan Lukic nearly had a chance. Played towards Serrato, and it goes over the net. A left-footed chance just outside the D for Serrato, but he couldn't find his first goal in the black and gold.
Important development inside the Western Conference table now. Orange County leads El Paso Locomotive 3-0 at half. That's a big result for Phoenix. El Paso was level. They actually had a point on top of Rising. If they would have won today, they would have thwarted this push to the top of the table that's still possible for Phoenix. Now it looks like they're all but certainly going to drop this one.
Serrato fends off Avayevu, sends us out to the left. Lukic has it. Lukic cross to nobody. Goes out on the byline, goal kick, Rising. '65th minute. Phoenix 1, Tulsa 0. The same scoreline of both teams' season opener at 38th in Washington. It was Alex Delu with the goal that day in the first half. Isan Nino Sacco with a goal here in this clash. Two teams in the top 5 of the Western Conference, two teams with a chance to go forward and get that top spot. Here comes Delu, taken from behind by Montgomery. Both players went sprawling. Another challenge goes. Skierce is now down, and a free kick will be given for Phoenix Rising. So Montgomery goes spiraling to ground, so does Skierce, and JP Skierce, the 6, is still holding his right ankle and will be helped up by Emi Quayshow in the process.
He's a little hobbled after that. That was some pretty violent contact there. Not to say that that was anything but just a normal foul, but you can tell that hit JP Skierce pretty hard. We'll see how he shakes that one off.
Johnson now shoved from behind by St. Clair. Free kick for Rising on the near side, just past the halfway line. So many chances for FC Tulsa today. 19 shots, 4 of them on target. None of them getting past Patrick Rakowski in net. Rakowski trying to get a clean sheet, something that Phoenix Rising has not done much of this season. Avayevu down the right, trying to push past some Tulsa players. He does. Avayevu right of center, edge of the 18 in the D. Formella flicks it back towards Dennis. It's brought down by Quayshow, and Quayshow will skip this wide right. Goal kick Tulsa.
Close again. For all the talk that we've given Tulsa of being so close, Phoenix has too. They've started to slowly but surely manufacture more and more chances in the second half. They are still winning the expected goal battle. This is a game that is very much in their grasp as much as it is Tulsa's to get back in and get a point out of it. It's just whoever finishes stronger.
Lukic gets past the line, trying to break the final one, going down the left-hand side. Now inside the 18, leaves us off towards Calhera. Calhera leaves us off towards Delu in the D. Delu in the 18 again. Some space to work, a chance. Serrato, one-time shot, sails, nearly sails into the stands, raised above the pitch. 67 minutes through from One Oak Field. Phoenix Rising looking for win number 6 on the season, win number 5 in terms of a streak. The last time they did it was in August and September of 2021, led by Rick Shantz. They were playing at Wild Horse Pass, and they were able to go on the road and get a couple of victories against Tacoma Defiance, a lot of them also coming at 38th in Washington. This one now, they're trying to do so and start off what is a stretch of 6 road games in 7, 7 road games in 9, and try to, once again, be in good graces.
It feels like Serrano, here, not to go back to that shot, but has shot that same ball over the crossbar 3 or 4 times in a row now, and he's so frustrated with himself. You could see how annoyed he was with himself after that last one.
Ball played through Okello looking towards Johnson. Johnson fends off St. Clair. Can't fend off Sissoko as Peñaranda will clear it away from Johnson barreling towards the penalty spot. Ball still bouncing in the midway point for Tulsa. Avievu will bring this back left of center, just beyond the center circle. Avievu still fending off some players. He's got past 2 Tulsa players. Leaves this off towards Formella near side. Formella's shot goes right across the mouth of goal, and it trickles out on the far side of the pitch, parallel to the 18. Nearly a chance for Rising to go up 2-0 here in the 69th minute.
It's impossible, Mahir, to understate how good Hope Avievu has been tonight, but it's moments like those where he just keeps battling. We talked about it at the half in the break. 5'6", and he bodies anyone who they put on him, and that matters whether it's 1, 2, or 3 defenders that they have strapped to his hips. He is indomitable. It is ridiculous.
Free kick Rising. Smith goes down, escaping Stefan Lukic, the Yugoslavian who scored against Phoenix Rising in the Open Cup on April 16th, sent that game to extra time. No extra time tonight. This is USL Championship play. Nonetheless, a key 3 points right now at the top of the table. New Mexico United, who was at the top, lost 2-1 today at Lexington. A winner tonight means a new leader at the Western Conference. Asenge glides this. Peñaranda scrambling off his line will catch it near the penalty area left of center. Rogers past the 18. Skips a line, pass to the center circle. One-time ball by DeLu, curling, nearly got towards Dennis. Nonetheless, ball lifted over the top. Asenge fending off Calhera. Asenge calling off Rakowski in the matter, and Asenge, still dribbling the ball, is flailing towards ground. A free kick earned by Asel Asenge and Phoenix Rising. 70 minutes through. Phoenix 1, Tulsa 0.
It'll be a hell of an ice bath after this game for Asel Asenge. He has been thrown around. He's taken shots to his forehead off the soccer ball. It has been a long, long 71 minutes, but he has been easily the most impactful defender on the pitch, and he has shown up whenever they have asked him to. If he's tracking back on that left foot, if he's winning a challenge, if he's winning a duel in the air, he has been immense.
Ball bouncing, brought down. Rogers, DeLu in the midway point. DeLu left of center. Blocked away by Avievu. Left of center again. Sissoko. Diallo. Right-footed ball over the head of Okello, but Okello able to get back to it. Smith, the right back, in control. Going back, playing it back towards Rakowski. Just beyond his 6, Rakowski. Rakowski left of center to Montgomery. Just past the 18. Short passes right now for this Phoenix Rising side. Starting off a 3-game road trip. They've got Charleston and then Texoma in League One after this. Montgomery towards Formella, back to goal in the midway point, back out towards Montgomery. Rough first touch, and trying to send it up pitch. Lost his balance as well. His left-footed pass went off his right foot. It's back with Tulsa. Throw in taken short. Near side, parallel to the 18, FC Tulsa. St. Clair works this in towards the midway point, right of center, circling away. That's Diallo. Diallo plays it towards A.B. Sissoko, and it's back out towards Boubacar Diallo. Now towards the left-hand side. Some space to work for St. Clair. St. Clair's cross goes above everybody. It's a goal kick for Patrick Rakowski. Patrick Rakowski, who, again, didn't have the best start to this season for Phoenix Rising. Had to step in to the starting role. Won it eventually over Tristan Henry, who was brought in from the Canadian Premier League, and later Memphis 901 FC. Rakowski, who was on the bench in the 2023 season as he saw Rocco Rios Novo save some penalties in the USL Championship final and see Phoenix Rising hoist the trophy. Now it's his pipes. Now it's his spot. 73rd minute. Throw-in will be coming for Tulsa. Make that a free kick. Peñaranda will take And now it'll be Sissoko to take. Sissoko. Far side, creeping towards being parallel with the center circle. Now plays it back. Rogers has it between the center circle and the D. Getting past Formella. Pushing towards the far side. Short passes by Tulsa. Right near the halfway line, far side. Skips its way towards the center circle. Skierce gets a leg up and pokes it. It's back with Phoenix Rising and back with Hope Avievu. Avievu out to Johnson, near side, pushing towards the 18. Darius Johnson, right-footed cross in. Nobody there back post to control, though. Trickles out of play. Goal kick. Tulsa, far side.
And it feels like there's just a little disconnection now in the final third between Phoenix breaking the final third, getting even into the box, and then no one being on the other post. And for Hope, he deserved an assist for that service that he provided across the mouth of the net. Nobody was there. Darius tries to find the forehead of an invisible Phoenix Rising player who wasn't at the back post. It's instinct to go for it, and somebody should be there, but 2 times in a row now, nobody has.
Serrato, just shy of the center circle, now plays it across. Some space to work here. Weber leaves it off. Lukic tries a left-footed shot. Got his feet tangled up. It's back with Rising. It's back with Smith. Pushing towards the ball. Getting past a Tulsa player. Lost control on the far side. Just in front of Pamodo Ka. Ka loves it, though. Throw in Tulsa. 75th minute. 1-0 Phoenix.
Colin Smith now is up to 10 for 10 in terms of duels won. 8 on the ground, 2 in the air. It's been a really, really productive performance for him.
St. Clair. Give and go, back with St. Clair. He slips on the pitch, near side, parallel to the 18. So does Emi Quaisho, and Quaisho will be the one to earn the free kick. He was the one closest to the ball. St. Clair looping from behind. Nearly a good chance, though, for FC Tulsa. 21 shots in the day. The most recent one from Stefan Lukic. 15 yards out, had a clear-cut chance, tried to shoot it first time with his left foot, and the left foot was blocked by his right. Harvey St. Clair will head off for FC Tulsa as we approach the 75th minute mark from One Oak Field.
St. Clair has committed 5 fouls so far this game. That's the most by a decent margin. Hope Avievu, he's committed 3. That's the next closest man to St. Clair tonight. I don't believe it's St. Clair is going to come off the pitch either. It looks like Weber's going to come off for Colley.
It seems like that's what's going to happen as Giordano Colley, the Australian, checks onto the pitch. He'll be on along with St. Clair. Patrick Burkowski, meanwhile, is getting his hamstring worked on by Greg Spence, the athletic trainer for Phoenix Rising, in the gray short sleeve shirt and the black pants, black shoes, all of it Adidas sponsored.
This is a little bit concerning here. Obviously, it's concerning when anybody goes down, but Burkowski has not really been immense for Phoenix, but he has been the hero tonight on so many levels and so many moments. His 5 saves all have been absolutely ridiculous in their own right. If he goes down, you lose that stability. He has been a beacon of absolute tranquility inside the pipe so far. If you lose him and you have to even put out, it's not the fact that Tristan Henry isn't up for the moment, it's the fact that he hasn't played in so long, and now you're going to give him a 14-minute run out with pretty much nothing but, all right, like, we concede here, and it's a pretty big drop. Hey, no pressure. Have fun. Like, that's not great.
Luke Spencer and Pamodo Ka look on from the far touchlines. 1-0 Phoenix in the 77th minute of play. Ka talking with Darnell King right now in terms of tactics. King holding a whiteboard. Rakowski a free kick. Left of center, parallel to his own 18-yard box, nearly parallel to the penalty spot. Left-footed Rakowski sends it towards the near side in the midway point. Tulsa wins it back. Delu pipping this forward, looking for Calhera, giving some pressure from Esenge as Rakowski skewers this towards Montgomery on the near side. Montgomery puts his right foot through the ball, skying its way through the night air, and brought down by Arthur Rogers, right of center in the midway point. Rogers might return the favor. He'll play it short. St. Clair has it near side, nearly at the halfway line. Ball now left of center, close to the halfway line. Diallo, a 1-2. It's clipped forward, looking for Lukic. Lukic keeping his balance, pressured by Esenge. Lukic loses possession. Esenge sticking out his left peg to get it. And And he wants a foul from Natalie Simon, and Simon will not give it to him. Asela Senge, meanwhile, remains down on the ground.
And his leg folded there, Mahir. I'm not sure which direction it went because it was on the far side of the pitch. The camera angle didn't really give us much, but Asenge went down and his leg went not the opposite direction, but you could tell it wasn't exactly a natural fall. Now he's trying to wave off the physio and say, I'm good, I can do it, but we'll see if he can gut out this last 11, 12 minutes.
Asela Senge went down just a few minutes before the halftime whistle. That was because he was nicked in the face by a long shot from FC Tulsa. Immediately was shaking it off and then went down immediately after. It will be a free kick for FC Tulsa, so the home side's wish will be granted. A free kick. Avievu, the one-man wall. Tulsa with 4 players in the box, most of them grouping towards the far side. Now the near post as the free kick's brought in, and Rakowski just tips it above his net. Corner kick Tulsa near side. 79th minute, Phoenix Rising trying to see this one out. Up 1-0. Corner kick on the near side, right wing, the right-footed Giordano Colli to take. He'll take a few steps back, nearly bordering the dirt and the grass here at One Oak Field. Left wrist, taped in white up to the sky, now brought down. Lifted in towards the 6, a header right towards Rakowski, still in front of net, it's still in the 6, it's pipped up, it's back out towards the D, cleared away by Johnson. Rocco, the wall, continues to stay put. Tulsa looks for a response, St. Clair sends it towards Lukic again, still bouncing on the near side, brought in towards the middle, and it's in. Arthur Rogers, the right center back, unencumbered on the far post, taps it in with his right foot, and Rakowski aiming towards his near side, trying to aim for the cross, could not account for Rogers. 80th minute, we're tied 1-1.
What a roller coaster of emotions there. Rakowski does everything right. The double parry in front of the mouth of the net. He managed to keep a goal out, not once but twice. But it's sloppy play that lets a ball go from the midline all the way back out to the far post, break the final third and the 18-yard box, push it across for Arthur Rogers, who's free, unmanned, unmarked, and available at the back post. Now, Phoenix looks at perhaps dropping 2 points en route to what would be a disappointing finish, but lucky for maybe both sides here, there's 10 minutes to play and a whole lot of football left in the tank. If anything has given notice in the last 30, it's that this is not going to be anything but a frantic finish in the final 10.
Charlie Dennis is off. Cian Emmers is on. How does Rising respond? 10 minutes plus stoppage time remain here from One Oak Field. Phoenix Rising looking for their 5th consecutive win. It's in danger right now. They overcame a 1-1 equalizing chance last week against Orange County. Asenge, nifty footwork, will loft it out towards the near side, aiming towards Johnson. It actually got close to him and past St. Clair. It was last touched by Johnson. Throw in for St. Clair and Tulsa. Ball was played in towards that near post from our angle. And that's where Rogers tucked it in. Arthur Rogers with his first goal with FC Tulsa this season. 2 assists for the former USL League One Defender of the Year. Coming up clutch, he controls the ball now. Near side, parallel to the 18, lofts it back. Rising, controlling. Ball on the near side, in the midway point. Played left of center as Senge plays it towards Formella. Past the halfway line, Formella spinning his way around some black jerseys. Leaves this off towards Smith, right of center, parallel to the center circle. 82 minutes through. Phoenix 1, Tulsa 1. Akello trying to go 1-2 with Emmers on that right side. So Emmers will check in to the right wing, one of the multiple options that we talked about at halftime. The former Rapid Bucharesti man, the Inter Milan youth product. Throw in Tulsa, Stoffer plays it down the line, back into Rising territory. Avievu able to win it back from Diallo. Avievu trying to push forward. Leaves it off towards Emmers. Emmers, near side, parallel to the center circle. Emmers heads it up. Tries to get it towards Avievu. Those guys just circling around that area, trying to find something forward. They find a free kick with Serrato called for the foul.
This Tulsa press is just ferocious, and they haven't let up the entire second half. There's been not a moment's notice where it looks like they're getting tired at all. Phoenix is having trouble breaking it. They've had chances in front of the mouth of the net, but you wonder if they'll get another one in the final 7 minutes.
Montgomery, Quayshow, past the halfway line. Quayshow down the near side, left flank. Quayshow knocked away by Serrato. Throw in Rising. Quayshow wants to take this quickly. Rising nearly parallel with the 18-yard box. Quayshow plays it forward, chested down by Formella, who's gone the full match today. Darius Johnson, meanwhile, is taken down by Harvey St. Clair. A free kick coming for Phoenix Rising, nearly parallel to the 18-yard box. 84th minute, it's still 1-1.
Here comes the chance now. Asked, hey, will they get it? Well, 15 seconds later, we get a quick answer. It's up to them to give us some quality on a set piece. They haven't had many opportunities tonight. They didn't have a corner the entire first 45. Can they produce some magic? I'd say about 22 or so yards out.
Well, they got the magic man, Hope Avievu, planting the ball on the near side, spiraling it, trying to find the best option. The ball will be taken to the left of the pitcher's mound on this baseball field turned soccer pitch. 2 men in the wall for FC Tulsa. Peñaranda will seek towards the left of them. Players right outside the 6. Avievu lifts this into the box. It's headed up only as far as Quayshow, sent out towards Avievu. Cleared away by Stoffer. He didn't want to do that. It's back with Rising. A throw-in, again, nearly parallel to the 18-yard box, near side. Avievu, Johnson, Quayshow. Quayshow again towards Avievu. Heels on the touchline, clips this up towards Johnson. Johnson spiraling around that near side boundary. Avievu trying to get past 2 Tulsa players. Quayshow trying to move his way forward. The whistle is blown. It's a free kick for Tulsa. A yellow card called on Emi Quayshow, who went down the ground. Hope Avievu and the rest of Phoenix Rising does not like it.
Maybe it's a yellow for simulation or something of that sort. I believe that's probably what it was. Quayshow got taken to ground there. I don't think that he was necessarily falling on it. He hits not 1, but 2 bright pink boots, but it does look like he went down a little harder than the contact permitted.
Ball clipped from Tulsa, brought down by Quayshow. Quayshow returns the favor, sends it towards the near side, stays in play. Peñaranda will wait for it to come in towards his 18. Now he will flick it towards the right of center area in his box. Plays it short towards Rogers. 5 minutes plus stoppage time remain in an equalized matchup in Tulsa, Oklahoma. 1-1 between Phoenix Rising and FC Tulsa. The third matchup between these two sides this season. The first one in which both teams are in the top 5 of the Western Conference. As it stands right now, because of this equalized matchup, New Mexico would keep its first spot in the West, despite losing to Lexington SC, the bottom team in the conference. FC Tulsa would be second, Phoenix Rising would be third. Picked up by Rising, Quayshow has it and can't connect it. Diallo picks it off, and here comes Diallo, the left of center in the midway point, left out towards the far side. Space to work here for Weber. Weber gets past Asenge. Weber plays this down short. Couple of touches, Diallo can't get past the defense. Formella towards Smith. Smith plays this high, it's out. Or rather, it's not out, it stays in play, far side. Back with Tulsa. Shy of the center circle, Rogers, the goal scorer, clips this, looking for Giordano Colley, making a run towards the far side. Close towards the corner flag, can't get it. 87th minute, Rising with a throw-in, tied 1-1.
Phoenix can't beat this press. I mean, they're just sending balls up and over the top, trying to make something happen, because when they do connect, they find some rhythm, but they need to get settled, and the ball needs to land just even in the other half of the pitch, and it feels like they just can't get anything going as the throw-in goes Rye again.
Ball clipped out. Far side, Asenge rising high to get to it. Ball on the far side, midway point, Stoffer controlling. Diallo skipping a line. Controlled by Colley, backheeling this one towards Stoffer, moving forward. Asenge will get to it. Ball still deep in Rising's half. Avievu pushed from behind by Lukic, and it is a free kick for Rising. Alex DeLue trying to argue his case, pointing towards his left hamstring, thinking that Hope had some action as well. Not so much in that case. He did have the assist of the opener in this one to Isan Nino Sako in the 15th minute before Arthur Rogers responded. In the 80th minute, the assist by Taylor Calhera. Rakowski, free kick, taken, left foot through the ball, sent through the night sky. Ball bouncing towards the far side, out nearly parallel to the 18. It's a throw-in for Rising. Xion Emmers gets to it, and now he'll leave it. Presumably this will be Colin Smith, who will make the long trot over from his right back position to take it. Phoenix Rising has been outdueled in terms of offense in this game. 9 shots compared to Tulsa's 25. Smith flicks this, it's on the far side, parallel to the 18. Esenge, far side midway point. Played back towards the right of center. Montgomery just has it past the center circle. 89th minute, still 1-1. Quayshow sends it towards the left. Quayshow lifts this up, looking for Johnson. Johnson gives chase. Roger fends it off, and Rogers will spin away. Rogers protruding down the near side. Defensive third for Tulsa. Going forward, Montgomery will shield it away. It's back with Esenge. Now it's Smith in the center circle. 89 minutes through. Smith. Emmers pipped up towards the 8. Okello. Okello nearly won the ball back. He poked it out on the far side, nearly parallel towards Tulsa's box. A throw-in for the hosts. Luke Spencer's side trying to see this one away. This time they conceded in the first half, but they were able to get an equalizer. Trying to get a result. Would be their 5th in 6 games. Avievu controls in the center circle, lifts this out towards Quayshow on the left. Quayshow looking for a chance. Ball swung in towards Formella. Emmers lost his footing, could have had a chance. It's cleared away by Tulsa all the way back in towards Rising's midway point. Taylor Calhera has it. It's a 1-on-2 towards Calhera. Calhera in the 18, shot deflected. It skitters its way towards Rakowski, and Rakowski, flailing off of his line, will control it on the left. It's immediately poached out towards Quayshow. We're 90 minutes through at One Oak Field, 1-1 between Tulsa and Phoenix. Here comes Lukic in the midway point, taken down from behind by Okello. He's on a yellow right now. Free kick for Tulsa.
Still unsure of how much stoppage time is on the way. We haven't seen the watch. We haven't seen the clock. There's nothing on the screen letting us know. Noble Okello with a hardy and dangerous challenge. There was an opportunity for a second yellow to come out of the pocket there. He's lucky it stayed in. 6 minutes of extra time on the way, and that's a lot considering how long this game has dragged on right here.
And a lot for a Phoenix Rising side that has been plastered in terms of their defense. Only had one true center back coming into today. Carl Saint out, Pop Marboy out, Mo Traore out as well. It's Acela Senge and Braxton Montgomery, the pairing. They both remain on the pitch. Free kick coming for Tulsa. You've got the right-footed Cauley, the left-footed Serrato. Formella, the one-man wall, who stands just shy of the D. Cauley pokes this towards the near side. It's clipped up by Smith. Formella tries to get a touch to it, spins his way, can't get it forward. It's back with Cauley, right side, lifted into the box, headed away by Quayshow. In the 18 again, shot blocked away. A chance, Faisal Batash just checked in as well, and he got his first touch. It's still with Tulsa. Now on the far side, Pamodokaz beckoning his players to get to the ball. It's a far side midway point, played in towards the 18. Ball goes out far side. Goal kick, Phoenix.
And finally, a deep breath. This is the opportunity for Phoenix to settle down the noise. In the second half, Tulsa has put 7 shots on target to Phoenix's 2. They put 14 shots up to Phoenix's 5. And now is the answer the Academy product Jamison Ping, who checks in for Darius Formella.
Jamison Ping's goal at the beginning of the year was to become the youngest goal scorer or assist maker in Rising history. He's yet to do that this season with 197 minutes played. Rakowski puts his foot through the ball. We're 2 minutes into stoppage time, 1-1 between Tulsa and Phoenix. A free kick. Rogers called for, or rather drew the foul. It's a free kick, just shy of the halfway line, right of center, Rogers. He's the hero right now for Tulsa, scored in the 85th minute. Rogers Plays it short. Sissoko back to Rogers. Tulsa in their own half, now plays it in towards Risings. Cauley towards Batash. Batash space to work right of center in the midway point, plays it out towards as Diallo now on the far side, clipped into the box, now bouncing towards the near side, out of the 18, still recovering, still going forward. FC Tulsa, St. Clair sends it into the box. It's still bouncing and collected by Rakowski, patting it with his right hand, now bringing it down towards his feet. He will scoop it up on the far side within his box.
So much movement and just not enough for Phoenix. Jamison Ping looks like he's shot out of a cannon right now. The way that he's leading the line defensively, we've only seen it for 30 seconds, and he was running faster than maybe anyone has all night long. It's up to him to set the tone.
Rakowski punts this back to Tulsa territory. Near side, Ping brings it down. It was last touched by Rogers. Ping wants a throw in quick. He'll leave it off towards Quayshow. Quayshow, ball above his head, now brought down. Quayshow loses possession. Ball on the near side, just past the 18-yard box, FC Tulsa. St. Clair, a hefty toss back towards the midway point. Tulsa moving forward. Serrato leaving this off towards Lukic. Lukic looping this forward towards Asenge. Asenge plays this off his knee, and Rakowski, a one-time ball back in towards Tulsa territory. Here comes Darius Johnson. Johnson now inside the 18, past Rogers. A.B. Sissoko able to shield Emmers away from it. It's picked up by Peñaranda. We're past 4 minutes of stoppage time. 1-1. Cauley. Back in the halfway line, Cauley. Diallo back to Cauley in the center circle. Does Tulsa have some late game magic? So does Phoenix. Jamison Ping leading the line right now, trying to get something, and it'll be a free kick for Tulsa. Played short. Rogers will take. Ground ball towards St. Clair. St. Clair eyes towards the box. Played in, chested down, still juggling. A shot. Batash deflected. It's over. Luckily over. Calhera was juggling the ball, looking for his second assist of the day, and Batash putting his left foot through the ball. It was luckily deflected, and Rakowski was not caught again. Corner kick for Tulsa on the far side of the pitch, approaching the 5th minute of stoppage time. We're now past 5 minutes of stoppage time, I should say.
Just so many nerves right now, Mahir. I don't even know what's going to happen next. The ball moves so quick. Somebody has to dig in.
Rogers a take from the far side, lifted and headed away by Avievu, only as far as Stoffer on the far side in the midway point. Stoffer redirects, headed up by Braxton Montgomery. Emmers circling his way through, gets the ball. Here comes Jamison Ping. Jamison Ping has a halfway line, leaves us off towards Emmers. Emmers, speedy as it is, leaves it off towards Avievu. Avievu in the box, lifts it up towards Emmers. Emmers gives it a chance, and Peñaranda scoops it up. It was short juggling passes as Phoenix Rising jostled their way down the field, and Sion Emmers was just 3 yards away from getting his first goal in red and black. Such a chance, and Rising nearly had 3 points in the end.
Just missed it with the right foot, Mahir. That starts with the intensity of Jamison Ping. It's created off the brilliance of Hope Avievu, but it's just not quite finished off by Gian Emmers. So close, but not enough. Just heartbreaking.
We're past 6 minutes. That was the allotted stoppage time. Ping trying to create another attack. Gets the ball and gets a free kick right of center, parallel to the center circle. Could not get up fully after being drawn. A quick conversation with Natalie Simon. He'll motor forward, and he'll be the one to take this free kick. Pamuruka sending a lot of players forward. Asela Senge and Colin Smith. Or rather, Asenge will take. Ping forward, Smith forward. Asenge now. Red tops, white shorts, red socks, black cleats. Ball just beyond the halfway line. 7 minutes through stoppage time. Asenge glides this towards the 18. Skiers with the shot. It goes wide. Goal kick. Peñaranda and Tulsa. And with that will do it from One Oak Field. Back and forth action, twister-like at times in the Sooner State. It ends 1-1 between two of the top 5 teams, now two of the top 3 teams in the Western Conference.
It feels like a missed opportunity, Mahir, for Phoenix. They had a chance to go to the top of the table. Now, I'll say this, third isn't too bad either. For the first time all year, they drift into home playoff position, but you had the opportunity. New Mexico dropped the game. They lost to the bottom team in the entire conference. Lexington gets their first win in a very long time, just their second all year, and Phoenix just chokes it up in the 80th. Arthur Rogers with a little bit of magic manages to pull Tulsa back in, and they get their point, and they drift up over Phoenix Rising. They sit a point above them, 21. Phoenix sits at 20. New Mexico United at 22, but with the game in hand on the field, as does Tulsa. It's just a little heartbreaking for a Phoenix team that was on a streak. It's still a good result against a really good team, but you look at that final chance, Avayevu to Emmers. Emmers was what? 6 inches away, 1 boot away, 3 yards away from a goal, his first in Rising Red, an absolute bona fide winner, perhaps the most impactful all year, and they miss it. And that's been the difference in the last few weeks, Mahir, is that Phoenix has had the coin fall their way, so maybe it was just their turn to have it not fall theirs, and they still escape with the point. It's just a little disappointing because for a little bit, we all believed that Phoenix was going to be at the top of the table at the end of tonight, but third place is all right too.
Phoenix won, Tulsa won at the end of an entertaining 90 minutes at One Oak Field. We'll break it down in just a few moments on the Rising Radio postgame wrap-up presented by Crown Public House. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're listening to the USL Championship on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL Champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tires simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
Join in on the Sports Zoo on your ride home from work with Dave Rooster Bierstein. Join Rooster as he lays down what's happening around sports and makes it clear what's on his mind.
Oh my.
Catch the day's craziest stories and some of the latest numbers from the sports books across the valley. The Sports Zoo with Dave Rooster Bierstein.
I think that's kind of a wild option.
Weekdays 5 to 6 p.m. on KDUS AM 1060 and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Coming up Monday on the lunch break, how did the Diamondbacks fare in their 3-game set against the Cincinnati Reds? Did they keep the good times rolling, or was it 1 step forward and 2 steps back? Plus, they've got the GM. They've got the coach. The summer of Durant is in full swing. What is the latest on the Suns and their plans with KD? All of it, Monday's edition of the lunch break, 11 to 1, right here on KDUS AM 1060.
Attention all clones. The Jim Rome Show is here for you every day here on KDUS AM 1060.
Lots to get done. Welcome to the program.
Listen in as Rome dives into the biggest sports headlines of the day. From final scores, player contracts and trades, team prospects, and even a spicy take or two. The Jim Rome Show, 1 to 4 p.m. every weekday here on KDUS AM 1060.
That's the trick.
Online at KDUS1060.com and on the KDUS 1060 app.
Time for one last kick of the ball on tonight's match. It's Rising Radio postgame wrap-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
For the first time since May 3rd, Phoenix Rising fails to grab 3 points in a USL Championship League matchup. On that day, it was a 1-1 draw against Colorado Springs Switchbacks, where Rising scored first before the hosts equalized. A similar situation, a similar story tonight, with Phoenix Rising drawing FC Tulsa 1-1 in the third battle between these two sides, a similar scoreline to what we saw in the U.S. Open Cup on April 16th. Mahir Sinhasan, Kevin Cardez, our producer Sammy O'Brien. Welcome in to the Phoenix Rising post-game wrap-up presented by Crown Public House. Kevin, before we get to any of the stats, let's go back to that one chance at the end of the game. It was Jamison Ping and Xion Emmers, both of which freshly checked in the match. Found some space, found lightning in a bottle in the right of center, brought it to the halfway line, and we're just following the ball back and forth to the point where they got about 4 to 5 yards away from goal before Johan Peñaranda, it seemed like out of nowhere, just stepped in between the two and grabbed the ball and fell to ground. Nearly a chance for Xion Emmers coming in from Rapid Bucuresti, a new tool for this Rising side, especially in the attack, especially in terms of their speed to really try to challenge teams. And Jamison Ping, who is looking to still become the youngest goal scorer or youngest assist maker in Phoenix Rising history. Kevin, Rising was inches away from 3 points tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a shame, but in the same way, Mahir, you talk about how close that one was, and it was so close. Phoenix was, 3 yards out from getting the points back, but on the same side, Rakovsky was the difference between a few inches in multiple goals for Tulsa. Tulsa was knocking on that door all night long. They were expected to have 2.3 goals, which is way more than the 0.9 that Phoenix ended up getting. Isan Sako's 15th minute goal was the true and really only high-quality chance outside of that end stanza from Emmers and Hope and Ping that really fell onto the goal. It's a shame that it didn't go in, but, I mean, if a couple other things went the way of Tulsa, they probably would have won 2-1, 3-1, maybe even 4-1. It was Rakovsky and his 7 saves that led the way for Rising to even get a point out of it. He went down exercising and trying to warm up his hamstring just like Sako did. He managed to battle through the final 15 minutes, and it was worth it. That double volley at the end that he managed to parry away not once but twice, and then they ended up conceding on the back post to Arthur Rogers off some sloppy post and non-man marking. That's not his fault. It was Rakovsky who was a difference inches every single time away from probably Tulsa walking out with 3 points. So you could look at it one way and say, man, we were so close to getting 3, but man, we were really close to dropping 3 as well.
It was a back and forth game that went mostly in favor of Tulsa from an attacking standpoint, and it showed as well. 29 shots for the home side, 8 of which were on target. Possession did not go fully in favor of one side or the other. 47.8% for Tulsa, 52.2% for Phoenix Rising, but Tulsa with some quality chances. Taylor Calhera, who had the assist for Arthur Rogers' goal, where Rogers was just unmarked on the back post, and Rakovsky couldn't get to the left side of his goals in time. Just sounded in the back of the net. And the guy who came over from Northern Colorado Hailstorm last year gets his first goal of the 2025 season, Arthur Rogers, to make it 1-1. Nonetheless, Calhera, Weber, many different challenges with Tulsa. And this is a side, too, Kevin, that, again, we talk about their defense. Their offense isn't the biggest thing that we talk about. It's their defense that came in today with only 8 goals conceded in terms of USL league play, the least in the Western Conference. And this Tulsa team, I mean, credit to them, they also played really well. And when you take a look at the balance between offense and defense, you could say both sides played like Western Conference contenders tonight.
And we saw why their defense is so good. That press that they used in the second half was on fire. Nobody from Phoenix could get by anybody besides really Hope Avievu, and anything that was spurred was generally off of his action. It was inspiring for Tulsa because they were just flying out of a cannon. It was absolutely unreal for the Oklahomans, and it showed. They were able to dig in from the moment that that goal was scored all the way into the very end. It's a shame, too, but it's also no surprise that Arthur Rogers was the one to end up putting that dagger away. He was one of, if not the best player in League One for 1, maybe even 2 years, creating 92 chances in 2023. 1,400 successful passes, one of the most creative defenders that League One has pretty much ever seen, and he did it all night long. He was also the guy to lead the charge in terms of intensity. When Tulsa was getting beat through the back and everybody in Phoenix was making whatever run they wanted, it was Rogers who was always the one to yell, scream, make a mess, make a fit of what was happening, because then he ended up sparking what was a grabbing back of 2 points and ended up getting Tulsa their 1 point that they'll take home.
Arthur Rogers, 90 minutes, 3 for 5 on aerial duels, and 46 touches against Sacramento. That last stat about the touches was him leading the team. Only 46 that day, a little bit more tonight, 59 with 42 total passes for Arthur Rogers, who again just tapped it in. 3 shots on target today for Rogers, who, mind you, is a right center back, a guy that can really get up in the attack and make things that matter. 3 for 4 on aerial duels as well, 6 for 9 on total duels in general. This is a Arthur Rogers and an FC Tulsa side that needed something to build, and they go in to the next game with 5 of 6 now, getting results in 5 of their last 6 games. We'll take a quick break here on the Rising Radio postgame wrap-up presented by Crown Public House. When we come back, we take a look at the league, we take a look at the standings, and where both of these two teams stand after Saturday night's action. Don't go anywhere, folks.
You're listening to Rising Radio, home of the 2023 USL champions.
Bliss and a burst of red smoke. Phoenix Rising, our home. Welcome to 38th and Washington.
Stick around for more as our broadcast continues.
Buying a house can seem almost impossible, especially today. But with the right agent in your corner, it makes the challenge seem effortless. Hi, I'm Connor Cochran with Good Oak Real Estate, your go-to agent in the Valley. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Because finding the perfect home shouldn't be stressful, it should be exciting. Call 480-688-3200 today. Again, that's 480-688-3200. Let's have the conversation.
Hey Phoenix Rising fans, this is Discount Tire, your hometown tire retailer and trusted partner on the road for over 65 years. We know it can be overwhelming when buying tires, but we're here to help. Our online tire buying guide, Treadwell, makes finding the right tires simple. Just plug in your vehicle, location, and driving habits, and Treadwell will give you unbiased, personalized recommendations based on your needs, not based on price. Inviting, easy, and safe. Just how tire buying should be. Shop tires with Treadwell at discounttire.com. Let's get you taken care of.
This is the Rising Radio post-game wrap-up on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network.
An early candidate for Game of the Year for Phoenix Rising in terms of paper. The number 5 team in the West against the number 2 team in the West in the Sooner State delivered. A lot of shots, a lot of chances. It ends 1-1 at the end of 90 minutes. Me, Harrison Haas and Kevin Cardez back with you on the Rising Radio postgame wrap-up presented by Crown Public House. Taking a look at the league right now. Again, we talked about some of these East Coast battles that kind of set the tone for today. The biggest one being Lexington SC beating New Mexico United 2-1. And had Phoenix Rising held on to victory today, they would be in the driver's seat over New Mexico United. 3 games currently going on right now with Orange County leading El Paso Locomotive 3-0. Colorado Springs leading Oakland Roots 1-0 at halftime. And Las Vegas Lights in their first game without Antonio Nocerino will be taking on Monterey Bay tonight. That game currently in the 13th minute, and we're 10 minutes from kickoff between Sacramento Republic and San Antonio FC. Speaking of San Antonio FC, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. Right now, believe it or not, Kevin, there is a 4-way tie right now. There are 4 teams in the Western Conference that have 20 points. Phoenix Rising leads that side with the 3rd seed. San Antonio follows in the 4th seed. Monterey is 5th. El Paso, currently trailing to Orange County, is 6th. You look at the goal differentials, Phoenix Rising has a +3. The rest of the teams +2. Rising has 13 games played. San Antonio has 12. El Paso has 13. Monterey Bay has 14. In front, number 1 continues to remain New Mexico United with 12 games played and 22 points in the season, despite losing to the team that came into today in the bottom spot in the USL Championship Western Conference, Lexington SC. And FC Tulsa, courtesy of Arthur Rogers' 85th minute goal today, will take that 2nd spot with 21 points on the season, 6 wins, 3 losses, and 3 draws, behind Phoenix Rising, who now has 5 wins, 3 losses, and 5 draws. It's a crazy Western Conference, Kevin.
And there's a lot that rides on the games that occur tonight because San Antonio and Monterey Bay, who are both tied up in this 20-point conglomerate, are going to either go up or go down based on what happens tonight. San Antonio will either stay level at 20 points with Phoenix and El Paso if they lose. If they draw or win, they will jump above all the teams in the 20-point category. For Monterey Bay, their game against Las Vegas kicked off 15 minutes ago. They currently sit level 1 at 0-0, so they have an extra point. Normally they'd be at 19, but we'll see where that goes. If they lose, they'll drop out of that 20-point tie and that deadlock. And then outside of that, Sacramento has a chance to keep their little climb going. They're slowly but surely working into form, so if they manage to get a win off of San Antonio, it benefits Phoenix because, hey, San Antonio stays level with us on points, but Sacramento slowly but surely is just dragging themselves up back into the picture. They sit at 13 points. If they were to win tonight, their 16-point mark would instantly boost them up into the playoff line, and then it starts to shrink the gap between where Phoenix is and the playoff line.
And you take a look at Phoenix's draw today. We mentioned this in the pregame. The last time Phoenix Rising had a 5-game win streak, and it continues to be the last time Phoenix Rising had a 5-game win streak in league play was in August and September of 2021. That year, that was the win streak that got Rising to the top of the Western Conference. Despite falling in the first round of the playoffs to RGV Toros, it was enough for them to really assert themselves as the leader, the dominant team in charge of the Western Conference. Speaking of dominant teams, speaking of memorable teams for Phoenix Rising, currently the 3rd seed in the Western Conference, they're headed to the East Coast. The Eastern Time Zone, more importantly, Charleston Battery, who are sitting pretty in the Eastern Conference, 2nd place behind Louisville City FC, kind of reprising their role from last year. Charleston Battery with 28 points in the season, 9 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw for this Charleston Battery side that is continuing to try to go forward and trying to wreak some havoc. Beat Hartford Athletic 2-1 today on the road. More importantly, Kevin, a very emotional game for a lot of Phoenix Rising fans, as it will be the first game Rising will play in Charleston since November 12th, 2023. The 2023 USL Championship Final, in which Phoenix Rising, after it was tied 1-1 after 120 minutes, won in a shootout and won their first ever USL Championship. Again, only 3 players on the squad right now that were on the team back in 2023. But it is still an important game. And once again, Charleston Battery will be coming into this as one of the best teams in the East.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really big game. And what's really interesting, we talk about how compact the Western Conference is. Any of the top 3 teams in the East right now, Loudoun, Charleston, or Louisville, would all be first place in the table if you threw them in the Western Conference. They share between them 9 wins, 9 wins, and 8 wins. That 8-win mark sits for Loudoun. They've only lost as a group of 3 teams 5 games combined. What the East doesn't do, they don't draw games against each other. The Western Conference has sort of cannibalized themselves. All they do is just draw against each other over and over and over, and they share the points. And so the point total sits a little lower in the West. Phoenix has a chance to go into Patriots Point, which is one of, if not the most, hollowed spot in the league when it comes to just legacy and what it means to play at Patriots Point, the name, the vibe, the ambiance, what's happened there, especially for Phoenix. It means so much. If that 90th minute goal from John Stedberg doesn't go in, this would be a much more scary trip to go back to Patriots Point. Instead, that needle's edge that we talked about, the difference between Emmers putting in a goal and not, that needle's edge sent Phoenix Rising to the very top of the USL. They lifted their first ever cup because the coin fell their way. Now they'll try to control destiny in their own right, not let this one go to a penalty shootout, which wouldn't happen anyways, but they'll try to win this one in 90 minutes for their first time in Charleston since 2023. If they can, it'll be the statement win of the season. We've said it so many times, whether it was in San Antonio or on the road in New Mexico or their first home win or their first win streak. Time and time again, it's been, hey, this could be a marquee victory. Well, here's like your 5th opportunity for a marquee victory on the CV of first-year head coach with Phoenix, Pa Maduka.
And you never know what could happen. Parity is the name of the game in the Western Conference. Lexington and Oakland at the bottom, 11 points. New Mexico United at the top, 22. Eastern Conference on the other side. Hartford Athletic at the bottom with 6 points. Louisville City at the top with 31. And we close out today's post-game wrap-up presented by Crown Public House with a quote from one of the best USL reporters out there, John Morrissey, who was on the PHNX Rising podcast on Wednesday, saying, quote, Phoenix Rising have established themselves as some part of upper echelon, whether it's 4 or 5 teams that would lock in as a playoff side. Phoenix has played their way into that set because of what they've done in the past month or two. 4 consecutive wins did not become 5 on this Saturday night, but boy, did Phoenix Rising play their hearts out in the Sooner State, and perhaps they might have played one of the teams in the upper echelon tonight. That does it for the Phoenix Rising postgame wrap-up presented by Crown Public House and this presentation of USL Championship action on the Phoenix Rising Radio Network. For our producer, Sammy O'Brien, and my analyst, Kevin Cardez, I'm Mahir Hassan. So long, have a great night, and stay safe, everybody.